A pleasant afternoon to all, and welcome to the virtual career talk with the title UE Graduates Upskilling Towards Achieving Career Goals. My name is Ms. Grace Gallardo Gonzalez, one of the guidance counselors in UE Manila, and your host this afternoon. And before we begin the event, let me just mention a few reminders. One, please type in your questions for our resource persons in the YouTube live comment section. And the questions which you have sent in our pre-registration will be addressed later by our speakers during our open forum. Now, before the end of our program, please make sure to accomplish the activity evaluation for your feedback and attendance monitoring. The link will be posted later in the YouTube comment section and GCCSO FB page. Now, let's start this webinar with a prayer to be led by Ms. Regina Baira, President of the UE Peer Facilitators, to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Dear God, we thank you for all the blessings you have given us. We thank you for the opportunity to gather, share, and learn new knowledge in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker, so that they would be able to impart their God-given knowledge to us all. May the speaker be blessed to bring his expertise to people who need it. May you also bless the participants of this webinar, so that we may all be able to learn, and that after this event, may we be able to share our newfound knowledge and put it to good use, all in the spirit of your love and generosity. We ask all this in your most holy name. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, kailas na silanganan, hanap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buwit ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisigil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baka, may nilagang tula at awit sa paglay minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
All right. So to give her welcome remarks, please give a big virtual applause to Dr. Maria Leonila Villarrea, the GCCSO Director.
Mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Career Talk has always been a regular activity we offer every semester to our graduating students. In retrospection, What's the point if you can just Google the information you need to know before you graduate? However, we believe that listening to our resource speakers live is more reliable and it's more updated, as they are in the position to have the credibility to guide you further towards proper career planning and decision making. We hope that you take this opportunity to listen intently as you aspire to be more confident to face the world of work few months from now. Muli, marami pong salamat sa pakikibahagi sa programang ito. We hope that even if you're listening or watching on our live stream, you would participate by asking questions later on, by clarifying some points. And of course, no, besides the fact that some of you would like to have the certificate for this one, you would put it in your heart and mind whatever you will learn from our resource speakers. Magandang hapon pong muli sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Dr. Area. And now I would like to call Ms. Anne Joycel Inversa to introduce our first resource speaker this afternoon.
Wala, mother? Wala. Yung volume mo, mother, ang hina.
Ikaw nga.
Ma'am Anne, I think you have to fix your audio.
For a while.
Ayan, we could hear you, but try to increase the volume a bit.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, you are.
Ayan, okay. Let me repeat my introduction. I apologize for that. Our speaker is from the Department of Labor and Employment, NCR, Senior Labor and Employment Officer. She finished her Bachelor of Science in Office Administration, major in Computer Education at the Philippine Christian University, and her Master's in Public Administration at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. She works for the Department of Labor and Employment as a Senior Labor and Employment Officer. As an experienced HR practitioner and a dedicated public servant, she has been privileged to share her knowledge and expertise in the field of labor relations and labor standards to different companies and universities like University of the East. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give our virtual round of applause to Miss Charity Obilio Guerra. Miss Charity.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Okay, let me share my screen. Sorry. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
Ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, kita na yung presentation?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon po sa ating mga graduates. Okay? Okay, dahil sandali lang po itong naibigay sa akin, bibilisan ko na lang. Okay. This is for you guys para at least alam nyo kung ano yung magiging karampatan po ninyo pag kayo ay nasa employment na, okay? Ano ba yung objective natin? Bakit ba natin ginagawa din ito, okay? To be able to understand the basic rights of workers and to be able to appreciate the DOLE mission. Yes, tingnan muna natin kung ano yung mandate ng DOLE, okay? Formulate and administer all policies and programs relative to the protection, welfare, and advancement of Filipino workers, promote gainful employment opportunities, develop human resources, protect workers, and promote their welfare, promotion of harmonious relationship between workers and employers, and maintain industrial peace. Okay, we have actually mga bureaus natin, ang Department of Labor, para gumawa ng mga ganitong policies like the TESTA, para ma-enhance din po natin yung ating mga skills, magkaroon ng skills para mas marami tayong kaalaman. Okay, and we have the Bureau of Labor Relations, para magkaroon ng industrial peace, walang away-away sa employment, okay? And yung mga, as you've noticed, wala na yung mga nagra-rally, di ba? Because na-maintain na po natin ang industrial peace sa workplace. And ang labor standards po, ito po yung minimum requirements po na kailangan meron po kayo. Okay, pag nag-work na kayo, yan. The minimum requirements prescribed by existing laws, rules, and regulations relating to wages, hours of work, allowances, and other monetary and welfare benefits, including those set by occupational safety and health standards. Ito yung mga pag-uusapan natin, ha? Pag-uusapan natin lahat yan. Okay, ano ba ang employment relationship? Okay, employment relationship is the legal link between employers and employees. Okay, syempre, nagkaroon naman siguro ng selection before we na-employ tayo. And we applied, of course, di ba? And syempre, paano natin malaman kung sino ang employer natin? Syempre, hinire nila tayo, sila yung nagbabayad ng sweldo natin, at sila ang nagko-control sa ating trabaho. Okay? We have types of employments. We have the casual employees. Ang casual employees, guys, ito yung tinatawag nilang employees that are not necessary and desirable. Ang example nito is katulad sa hotel industry. Ang mga necessary and desirable employees doon ay like yung mga front desk, hotel reservations, yung mga tinatawag nilang mga bellboys, yan, room attendant. Yun yung mga, kung wala yung mga ganong position, syempre, hindi po siya mag-ooperate ng maganda. Pero kung nag-hire tayo halimbawa ng carpenter, di ba? Mabubuhay, makakapag-operate si hotel without the carpenter. So they hire them as casual employee. Hindi siya necessary and desirable, di ba? Kaya casual employee po siya. Ang casual employee po is temporary, parang emergency employee lamang po sila. Okay? And we have the probationary employee. Ang probationary employee po is, ito yung testing period ng isang empleyado na pag 6 months po yan, maximum of 6 months. But there are companies na wala pang 6 months, nire-regular na nila. Maximum ito ng 6 months, and pwede din naman siyang ma-extend. Depende din kung sometimes depende sa mga positions na hindi pa gigets, kumbaga, hindi pa ganun kabihasa yung isang employee, and to give a chance to those employee para ma-meet niya yung standard ni company. Pwede po yun. But in generally, 6 months lang po talaga ang probationary employee. Okay? We have the contractual employee. Ito naman we have yung katulad ng project-based employees. Ito yung project-based employees, ito yung mga nandoon sa construction. Specific lang po yun, but after the pace ng trabaho sa construction, halimbawa magpipintura, ganon. After that, bibigyan lamang sila ng pagtapos na, bibigyan lamang sila halimbawa ng 2 months, that after the 2 months tapos na, end na yung kanilang employment. Okay? Yun kasi project, based on the project. How do we call this? Yung pong project-based employees is mas ugma siya sa construction. And we also have the yung sa contractor based on the how do you call this, yung mga coaches, katulad sa inyo sa UAAP na nag-hire ng coach, 'di ba? Nag-hire ng coach for a period of 2 years para pagalingin at kailangan manalo, 'di ba? Isang form po 'yun ng contractual employee na malaki ang sweldo po nila. Okay, doon lang sa specific season, they are considered contractual. Okay? And yun naman pong regular employee is, ito po yung pag na-meet mo yung standard ni company, after your probationary period, regular employee ka na. Okay? Sinasabi nga nila that pag natapos umabot ka lumampas ka ng 6 months, automatic po yan na regular employee ka because na-meet mo yung standard ni company. And we have, syempre, 8 hours lamang yung ating normal work hour pa natin. All time during which an employee is required to be on duty or to at a prescribed workplace. All time during which an employee is suffered or permitted to work. Okay? 8 hours po yan. Okay? Kung ano man yung pagtrabaho po sa atin, syempre based on kung ano po yung pinirmahan mo doon sa contract mo at kung saan ka maa-assign. Okay, meal break natin is 60 minutes or 1 hour po yan. Kaya sa ating mga office base, pag time natin is 8 to 5, kung bibilangin mo that is 9 hours, the 1 hour is yung meal break na hindi po siya bayad. And we have the rest period of or coffee breaks na 5 to 20 minutes. Bayad na po yun. Okay, kasama po yan sa binabayaran po sa atin. Weekly rest period, we have 24 hours after 6 days work, or sabi nga nila ay kailangan meron tayong day off na isang araw sa loob ng isang linggo. Okay? The employer shall determine and schedule the weekly rest day. He shall respect the preference of the employee when such preference is based on religious ground. Ngayon po, hindi na po masyado ang issue itong pagdating sa religious ground because we have masses na pagdating ng umaga tsaka gabi, di ba? May mga mass ng gabi sa gabi at early morning, kaya hindi na ito masyadong issue. Okay? Unless na lang pag merong parang mga big events sa mga churches po natin o kaya po sa mga relihiyon natin, di ba? And wages. Wages is kapareho po ito ng salary, di ba? Is the amount paid to an employee in exchange for a task, piece of work, or service rendered for the employee. For an employer, okay? Siyempre, pag nagtrabaho ka, kailangan may sweldo ka, okay? Yan, ito po yung mga ibibigay po sa atin. We have the overtime, holiday pay, night shift differential, and the 13th month pay. Magkano na ang minimum wage po natin ngayon? We have 570. Okay, for non-agriculture. Wala naman po agriculture po dito sa NCR. Pero meron po tayong retail service establishment employing 15 workers or less. Ang sweldo po doon is ang sweldo po ay 533. And of course, sa mga hindi nakakalam, manufacturing establishments regularly employing less than 10 workers, 533 po yun. Kaya po napansin nyo, non-agriculture yan po yung mga lahat po, basta hindi agriculture. Yan, kaya po tawag dyan in general po is non-agriculture. Mga offices, yan po ay 570. Holiday pay. Ang holiday po natin ay, syempre, pag pumasok ka, 200%. Yung tinatawag natin na double pay plus COLA. Ang COLA is, ito po yung cost of living allowance. Okay? And in regular holiday, tapos fall ng rest day mo, 260% ang makukuha mo plus kung may COLA, kung may binibigay na COLA. Okay. Paano man makukuha yung 100% na holiday pay? Pag hindi ka pumasok, meron po yun, pero may condition. para makuha mo yung 100% na holiday pay, basta pumasok ka before the holiday. Kung halimbawa ang holiday is Sunday, kung ang pasok mo is Monday to Friday, dapat Friday pumasok ka para makuha mo yung 100% holiday pay. Okay? Basta kung ano yung araw na nire-require ka na pumasok, dapat nandun ka before the holiday. Okay? Ito yung mga regular holidays. Sa inyo, tatandaan nyo yan, 12 po yan. We have the New Year, Araw ng Kagatingan, Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, Labor Day, Independence Day, National Heroes Day. Yan, Eid al-Fitr, Bonifacio Day. Susunod na holiday natin ay November 30. We have the Eid al-Adha, Christmas Day, and Rizal Day. Premium pay for special holiday naman is no work no pay pag special holiday ha. Okay, pag nagtrabaho ka plus 30%, tapos holiday na special holiday na nag-fall yon sa iyong rest day, so magiging 50% ang premium. Okay? Ayan, no work, no pay tayo pag special holiday. Unless po, merong favorable company policy ang company or practice ng practice or sa CBA nyo na mas malaki. Merong mga ganon talaga na special holiday. Pag pumasok ka, minsan, nagiging double pay. Merong mga ganong CBA. Basta kung ano ang favorable sa employee, okay? Ito po yung mga special non-working holidays natin. We have the Chinese New Year, movable yan. EDSA People Day, yan, February 25. Dati, estudyante lang ang nagka-holiday, pero ngayon, holiday na po sa, holiday na sa mga employment, okay? Black Saturday, Ninoy Aquino Day, All Saints Day, and the Feast of Immaculate Conception. Isa rin po ito sa bagong holiday po. Overtime pay, ito po ay additional compensation for work performed beyond 8 hours. Pag ordinary days, 25%, pero pag rest day, special day, and regular holiday, 30% po siya. Kaya lang po, ang condition palagi po sa overtime pay, kailangan may approve authority to render overtime. Pag wala po nun, huwag po kayo mag-overtime kasi baka hindi kayo bayaran. So, tatandaan nyo, kailangan pag nag-overtime, meron kayong approved na authority to render overtime. Without that, baka hindi kayo bayaran. Okay? Night shift differential, basta't nagtrabaho ka ng 10 p.m. hanggang 6 a.m. the following day. 10% of on regular wage for each hour, ha? Kaya ang mga karamihan ng mga security guard gusto nila panggabi because of this night shift differential. Additional 10% din kasi yon. So, ito 13th month pay under PD 851. Ang coverage po nito, rank and file employees who work for at least 1 month during a calendar year regardless of amount of basic salary received per month, designation or employment status, method by which wages are paid. Okay? Paano po yan? Ang minimum amount of 13th month pay, basta at least meron nakapag-render ka ng isang buwan, di ba? Paano i-compute po yun? Ganito po ang formula po. Halimbawa, naka 1 month ka lang pumasok, naka-inabot. Halimbawa, November 1 ka, November 2 ka na-employ, di ba? Or October 1 to November 30, yan ka pumasok. So 2 months, ito total yung na-earn mong sweldo divided by 12. Okay? Yan, total basic salary divided by 12. So pro-rated 13th month ka. So yun yung sinasabi nila, kahit isang buwan ka pa lang, magkakaroon ka na ng prorated month, 13th month pay, pero maliit lang, di ba? Kaya nga prorated. Okay? Basta ang denominator po palagi is 12. Meron din po tayo, halimbawa, nag-resign ng isang empleyado, paalala lang, ang makukuha mo, makakuha ka pa rin ng prorated 13th month pay kahit nag-resign ka. Ha? Kasi akala naman ibang employees, pag nag-resign, wala na silang 13th month pay. Meron po, pero prorated. Basta po, halimbawa, nag-resign kung naibigay yung 13th month ng halimbawa ng December at na-employ ka pa ng until February, makakakuha ka pa rin ng prorated 13th month pay. Basta the minimum is 1 month. So that is 30 days, okay? Payment of wages. Yan. Usually, tayo is ATM na, karamihan ATM and cash. Okay? Pwede naman pong check. Kaya lang napakaano na masyado nang maabala pag check pa, di ba? Karamihan yan, ATM na ngayon. And kailangan bayaran ang sweldo ng paglalampas ng 16 days. Okay? Because we have 31 days sa isang buwan, kaya po 16 days po yan. Wage deduction, employer should not take any deduction from wages of employees. Except, ito ang exemption po, kailangan may authorized by law. Yan. With written authorization of employees for payment to a third person and the employer agrees to do so. Ito po yung dapat na binabawas po sa atin is yung mga SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, kung may tax, yan. And kung babawasan man po, dapat may authority to deduct. Leave benefits natin. Pag ito yung service incentive leave. Service incentive leave is the generic name ng sick leave and vacation leave. Okay? Pag nakapag-render ka ng 1 year sa company, meron kang 5 days na service incentive leave. Whether yan gamitin mo ng puro sick leave o kaya puro BL o kaya 3 sick leave, 2 BL, yan po yun. Okay? Kaya nga, generic yan ng SL and PL. Para to clear lang ha, kasi baka akala nyo separate pa yung sick leave and vacation leave. Usage and commutation to cash, pwede po yan pag hindi po yan nagamit, binibigay po yan at the end of the year. Okay? But there are other companies na accumulating, hindi po siya agad binibigay. Okay? Depende po sa company policy. But kung hindi man po ibinigay yan, kung kayo ay nag-work, just ask them kung ano yung company policy pagdating sa unused leave. Okay? Maternity leave, yan. Maternity leave ay 105 days na. Okay? Ang female employees who paid at least 3 monthly contributions in the 12-month period prior to childbirth or miscarriage and who currently employed. Currently employed ha, baka mamaya magkamali po tayo na pag kayo ay halimbawa hindi pa kayo nagpo-work at meron kayong halimbawang naghuhulog kayo, self-employed or voluntary, it's different po ha. We have the 105 days po yan na kiniklaim po yan sa SSS. Okay? Dati yan, 60 days for normal and 78 days for cesarean section. So, maswerte yung mga inabot po ng batas po na to. We also have the paternity leave. Yan. For married male employees, at 7 days po yan with pay, babayaran ni employer para sa kanyang first 4 deliveries of his lawful wife. Ibig sabihin, kasal po sila, okay? Legal na mag-asawa, okay? Ang condition po nito for entitlement is employee at the time of delivery of his child, cohabiting with his spouse at the time of delivery or miscarriage, applied for paternity leave within reasonable period, his wife has given birth or suffered miscarriage. Kasama din po dito ang miscarriage ha. Ayan. Tapos po kailangan syempre pag buntis ang wife dapat nagsasabi na sa employer na baka mag-leave siya ng between this period dahil manganganak na yung kanyang wife. Okay? And of course, kailangan nagsasama sila during the time of delivery nung wife po niya. Yun po yung condition for the entitlement. We also have the parental leave of solo parents. Ito po yung nakukuha sa DSWD o kaya po sa city or municipality of residence nyo, yung solo parent ID, sila po ang nagbibigay ng solo parent ID. Ang ipapresent na lang po sa company will be the solo parent ID and of course yung paano gagamitin. Usually po ito is ginagamit for the employment, graduation ng mga bata. Okay? Kaya po yung solo parent. Basta po ang anak is below 18 years old. Okay? 7 days po ito. 7 days with pay po yan. Si employer ang magbabayad po niyan. Okay, basta ang condition palagi is kailangan may solo parent ID. The solo parent ID is valid only for 1 year. Okay? At ito po nga po pala is kailangan nakapag-render si employee at least 1 year sa company para makapag-avail po siya ng 7 days na parental leave. Meron din tayong leave for victims of violence against women and their children. Ito yung mga ginojombag na kababaihan, ha? Yan. 10 days po yan at pwede pa rin ma-extend. Okay? Kung kinakailangan. Yan. Ano ba ang requirements to avail? Diba? Certificate from the punong barangay or kagawad or prosecutor or clerk of court as the case may be that an action is pending. Okay? Syempre, kailangan basta meron po siyang ganyan, may mga requirements po siya. Either or naman po yan. Syempre, availment, option po yan ng kababaihan. Okay. And then, syempre, circumstances for availment, syempre, kailangan po yan for their medical and legal concerns. Halimbawa, may hearing, doon po ginagamit. Ang sabi nga doon, pwede pang ma-extend kung kinakailangan. Diba? Yan. Pero wag na tayo umabot sa ganon. Especially for women. Ito po yung Magna Carta for women. Okay? 60-day, ayan. A woman employee having rendered continuous aggregate employment service at least 6 months for the last 12 months shall be entitled to a special leave benefits for 2 months with full pay based on the gross compensation following surgery caused by gynecological disorders. Basta po may ginawang surgery sa reproductive system ng babae. Basta't meron pong halimbawa nagpatanggal ng breast, nagpatanggal ng tawag dito ng matres, yun po, that is 60 days or 2 months po yan. Baka meron pong hindi nakakaalam sa mga kamag-anak nyo, meron po yan. Basta employed po, bayad po yan ni employer yung kanyang leave. Ano po, hindi po yan sa SSS. Si employer po, para lang siyang pumapasok na bayad yung kanyang sweldo for 2 months. Security of tenure. Every employee shall be assured security of tenure. No employer can be dismissed from work except for just or authorized cause. And only after due process. Yan. Sabi nga is, ito po yung mga authorized causes, ha? Halimbawa na magre-retrench para mapaprevent yung losses. Pag nakikita na ni employer na malulugi na siya, instead kesa naman abutin siya na pagkalugi, nagbabawasan ng tao. That is authorized cause. Pag nagsara ang isang kumpanya, okay, due to serious losses or financial reverses, meron ding separation pay. At pag nagkaroon ng sakit ang isang empleyado na after 6 months, hindi pa rin siya magamot-gamot or hindi na siya pwedeng magtrabaho o kaya po ay his continued employment is prejudicial to his health or to the health of his co-workers, may separation pay po yan. Okay? ang bayad separation pay po is 1/2 month salary, 1/2 month pay per year of service. Okay? Yan, ito po, ang authorized causes is walang kasalanan sa empleyado, pero matatanggal siya. So, kailangan po niya ng separation pay. Dapat may separation pay. And we also have the 1 month pay per year of service. Ano yung mga ganong cases? Kung bumili ng labor saving devices ang company, like, halimbawa, bumili ng machinery, yung mga taong mano-mano na naglalagay ng products doon sa box, pag bumili ng machinery yung employer, bumili ng machinery para for the packaging, wala ng trabaho yung mga empleyado. Okay? So, because of that, hindi na sila kailangan bayaran sila ng 1 month pay per year of service. Ang redundancy naman, halimbawa, nag-hire ng napakadaming empleyado si HR at pare-pareho na, wala na silang ipagawa, redundancy po. O kaya nag-abolish ng isang division, ganon, at wala na silang paglagyan ng mga empleyado, they file a redundancy para hindi naman sayang yung pera ng company. So they will file a redundancy. Ang bayad, ang ibibigay po na separation pay doon is 1 month pay per year of service. And ito pa po, pangatlo, when an employee is illegally dismissed but reinstatement is no longer feasible, halimbawa nagkaroon ng kaso sa halimbawa sa korte at ang order is reinstatement, yan, katulad sa NLRC, at meron na yung pwesto mo dati is meron nang nakapwesto, so hindi na pwedeng bumalik ka ulit, 'di ba? Dahil magiging redundant ka naman na. So, babayaran yung employee ng 1 month pay per year of service. Ito po yung just cause na sinasabi natin kanina. Ito yung kasalanan may kasalanan ng empleyado. Just cause refers to any wrongdoing committed by an employee including serious misconduct. Ang serious misconduct is like, example po nun is, halimbawa, nahamon ka ng suntukan doon sa loob ng company. 'Di ba? O kaya nagsuntukan kayo sa loob ng kumpanya, that is serious misconduct. Pwede kang matanggal sa trabaho. Ang willful disobedience naman of employer's lawful order connected with work. Halimbawa, inutusan, ang mga example ko po dito is mga kaso na po talaga na, nasa jurisprudence na po, okay? Like the employee na inutusan, halimbawa rider, na to deliver, inutusan siya to deliver yung parts dahil trading sila ng mga parts ng mga makina. Sabi, i-deliver siya dahil may hinahabol kang dadalhin siya sa Davao, halimbawa. Kailangan madala mo doon sa cargo, doon sa airport, di ba? Tapos hindi mo nadala because naghatid ka pa ng anak mo doon nagsundo ka pa ng anak mo sa eskwelahan niya, hindi ka na umabot doon sa dapat na inuutos sa'yo ng employer mo. At yan, pag nawalan yan ng kliyente because of that, pwede kang matanggal sa trabaho. Okay, that is willful disobedience of employer's lawful order connected with work. Okay? Yung gross habitual neglect of duty, ito po yan, pwede po kayong matanggal. Halimbawa, habitual tardiness, habitual absences, pwede pong ikatanggal ng isang empleyado. Okay? Kasi neglect of duty, habitual neglect of duty. Oo, kasi kung palagi ka naman pala-absent ka, di ba? Hindi mo na nagagawa yung tab ng mga trabaho mo. And fraud or willful disobedience of trust, ito po yung mga empleyado na may mga hawak na pera o kaya po nasa supervisory and managerial positions, sila po yung nakakasuhan ng ganito, ng fraud. Ang fraud, halimbawa, nakadispalko ng pera, after the investigation, talagang napatunayan na nakadispalko. So, yun ay kakatanggal ng isang empleyado. Okay? Commission of a crime or offense against the employer's family member or employers, family members, representatives. Yan. Halimbawa, pinagnakawan mo ang kapatid ng employer mo doon sa pwede kang matanggal, or kaya pinagnanakawan mo yung isa sa manager mo doon sa bahay nila. Though wala ka naman doon sa workplace, pwedeng ikatanggal ng isang empleyado. Okay? Yung another analogous cases, common po dyan is yung gross inefficiency. Okay? After all the coaching, binigyan ka ng ibang mga chances para mag-improve, wala pa rin, pwedeng matanggal ang isang empleyado because hindi ka na, kumbaga, hindi ka na asset, kumbaga, hindi mo na nagagawa yung trabaho mo ng maayos. So, bakit patatagalin, kumbaga? Kaya, pag tayo nasa employment, please, gawin natin ang lahat ng yung kaya natin, okay? Para hindi tayo nakakarating sa mga ganitong kaso. And of course, guys, pag nasa employment, nag-work na kayo, alam niyo kung ano yung company policy, okay? At wag po nating i-violate yun dahil yun po ay pwede po tayong matanggal or baka hindi na tayo umabot doon na ma-regular tayo. Due process, yan. Due process in case of just cause involves yan. Kailangan may notice si empleyado. Okay? Na madidismiss siya at bakit siya, ano yung ground, bakit siya madidismiss. Okay? Ang tinatawag po nila dito notice to explain. Bago dapat tanggalin na si empleyado, dapat may notice to explain. Okay? Base doon sa incident, kailangan magbigay ng notice si employer sa kanya empleyado na may ganitong incident at kailangan magpaliwanag siya kung bakit hindi siya kailangang i-dismiss. And ang susunod po noon, pag tatandaan nyo na pag binigyan po kayo ng notice to explain, hindi naman po ibig sabihin na matatanggal na kayo. Yun ay kailangan nyo mag-explain. Okay, kasi para naman maipagtanggol natin ang sarili natin. Hindi wala pong tatanggalin ng hindi nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na i-justify ang kanyang sarili. Kaya ang paalala po sa inyo guys is pag binigyan kayo ng NTA, pag hindi nyo sinagot, parang ibig sabihin na lang doon, pag hindi kayo sumagot, ay totoo pala yung inaakusa sa inyo. So guys, pag nangyari sa inyo yon, sagutin nyo yung notice to explain nyo. Okay? Ayan, dapat may opportunity to be heard ang isang empleyado. And ang last, after mo sumagot, yun yung notice of intent. Bakit? After makapagsagot, syempre may investigation, ganyan. Nakita yung pagkakamali mo, bibigyan ka ng sulat na ita-terminate ka na. Okay? Hindi yung may nakawa kang kasalanan, hindi ka man lang nabigyan ng pagkakataon na explain, tapos right there and then tatanggalin ka na, that is illegal dismissal. Okay? And in authorized causes, due process means written notice of dismissal to the employee, specifying the grounds at least 30 days before the date of termination. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa, yung authorized causes, di ba, sabi ko nga is, walang kasalanan si empleyado pero tatanggalin siya. Dapat si employer magbigay ng notice sa kanyang empleyado na in-terminate siya 30 days before po yung araw ng last day po niya. Okay? Bakit? Para naman makahanap siya ng kanyang mapapasukan. Okay? Pero sa pag-termination po, pag nakapag-decision na, syempre automatic po yan, wala na po siyang, ita-terminate na po siya, walang 30 days. Okay? Halimbawa naman, nag-resign ng isang empleyado, kailangan mag-notify din 30 days before yung last day niya. Hindi yung magre-resign ka bukas, ngayon ka magsasubmit ng resignation. Mali po yan. You have to observe the 30 days notice din pag nag-resign ng isang empleyado. Tatandaan nyo yun guys ha. Dapat makapag-notify kayo sa inyong employer kung magre-resign ay 30 days. And yun ang pinaka-importante kasi baka pagdating po ng magiging problem po niyo yan, mahirapan kayong kumuha ng Certificate of Employment. Ito naman, retirement. Ang coverage po nito is all employees regardless of their position, designation, or status and irrespective of the methods by which their wages are paid. Yan. Includes part-time employees, employees of service, and other job contractors and domestic helpers or persons in the personal service of another. Halimbawa, optional retirement po, 6 years old. Kung wala naman po, kailangan meron po na employ po siya, meron siyang servisyo na 5 taon, at least po ng 5 taon sa kumpanya. At kung walang retirement plan, ito po yung gagamitin. Yung minimum retirement pay, yan yung daily rate times 22 days times number of years in service. Okay? Ang compulsory retirement natin is 65 years old. Okay? Pag 65 na, yan yung hindi na pwedeng magtrabaho, huwag niyo paabutin ng 66, gano'n. Unless nasa education industry. Kasi ang sabi nga nila, pag nasa education, the more na mas older is mas magagaling, 'di ba? Mas maraming alam, 'di ba? Yan. Yan yun lang ang paalala namin is it doesn't mean na 60 ka na. Kung kaya pa naman, hindi ka naman pwedeng mapilit din ni employer na mag-retire ka na. Okay? Kasi ang compulsory retirement is 65 years old. Ito ay yung mga social legislations natin. We have the SSS benefits, employees compensation, pag-ibig, PhilHealth. Yan. Itong tatlong SSS, PhilHealth, pag-ibig, yan yung binabawa sa sweldo. Okay? You see, employees compensation ay under po ni SSS. Na 10 pesos lang naman ang binabayad po natin dyan. Okay? Safe working conditions, job may be hazardous or non-hazardous. Hazardous jobs are those with which expose the employee to dangerous environment elements, including contaminants, radiation, fire, poisonous substances, biological agents, and explosives, or dangerous processes or equipment including construction, mining, quarrying, blasting, stevedoring, mechanized farming, and operating heavy equipments. Yan. Kailangan po meron mga tayong protection includes provision of, halimbawa po, yung mga appropriate seats po, ergonomics na po ngayon. Tapos kailangan yan, katulad natin, yung lightings natin, may mga appropriate seats, lightings, and ventilations. Adequate passages, exit, and firefighting equipments. Kailangan meron po talaga yan. Pag nag-i-inspect po kami, tinitingnan namin po yan. Separate ang facilities for men and women. Siyempre, pag malalaki po, kailangan separate. Pero pag halimbawa po ay lilima sa 10, hindi mo naman po, hindi natin naman pagpipilitan ito, okay? Unless siguro pag yung mga nasa restaurants, yan, hinahanap po talaga nila yung separate ang facilities po ng men and women. Appropriate safety devices including protective gears, mask, helmet, safety shoes, boots, coats, and uniforms. Yan po, katulad sa construction, kailangan po meron po silang protection. Okay? Na kinakailangan po. Dapat meron po mga gamot, emergency medicines ang isang kumpanya. Sa malalaking companies po, free ang medical and dental services and facilities. The kind of which depends on the number of employees and the nature of work. Yan. Depende po yan kung hazardous po siya. Okay? Ano ang duty ng employees? Siyempre, sumunod sa pinag-uutos ng company, 'di ba, ng employer, due to exercise skill and care, 'di ba? Duty of good faith and loyalty. Okay. Importante po ito na pag na-employ po tayo is siyempre ano po natin, kailangan maging loyal po tayo kung ano po yung pag-uutos, like obeying the company rules, Yun po ang napaka-importante. And dahil kung hindi tayo marunong sumunod, mas marunong pa po tayo, syempre, sa pinag-uutos, lalong-lalo na't pagbago, sumunod lang muna tayo. Okay? Sumunod lang muna kasi bago pa lang tayo. At wag natin i-insist sa mga gusto natin. Okay? Dahil syempre pagbago, kailangan malaman mo muna, hindi mo pa naman ganun kabisado, kailangan alamin muna natin. Okay? Always obey the company policy. Yung titignan natin, basahin natin once na-employ kayo, alamin niyo yung company policy para hindi kayo naliligaw ng landas. Kasi ang mga um, ang mga empleyado pag pumirma ng contract, ang tinitingnan lang kung kailan mag-start at pagkano ang sweldo. Yun, doon lang sila particular. Parang awa nyo, basahin nyo ang nilalaman ng kontrata nyo. Okay? And I'm done. Ang paalala ko lamang sa inyo, mga papasok na sa employment, at dahil ito ang pagka-graduate nyo is first step nyo pa lang to, dahil at least pa akyat na kayo sa success, 'di ba? Dahil nakatapos na kayo. Paalala ko lang, mahalin nyo ang trabaho nyo, okay? And sabi ko, always obey the company policy. Ipakita natin kung gaano kayo kagaling. Ipakita nyo kung gaano kagaling na in a sense na dapat marunong tayong sumunod. Okay? Yun lamang guys, at huwag nating sisiraan ang kumpanya kung kayo ay magre-resign. Alright? Dahil magre-reflect yan sa inyo. And huwag po kayong mag-aawol. Mag-file kayo ng resignation kung hindi nyo feel yung papasukan nyo. Maraming salamat. And with that, gusto kong magpasalamat po sa inyong lahat. And in behalf of our Field Office Director, Maria Corazon M. Pepito, maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Ms. Charity Guerra, for the highly informative talk on labor education. It's always a pleasure for us to learn, no? Kahit kami na matagal na rin nagtatrabaho, it's good that we from time, every year we're reminded
Yes,
of these
ma'am.
things, di ba, ma'am? Kasi minsan nakakalimutan din na, ay, pwede nga pala yung ganito pala dapat yon. So, we're really appreciative of the efforts of DOLE for always supporting us in this endeavor. Now, at this point, I would like to call in Ms. Diane Rodriguez to facilitate the open forum. Ms. Diane. Ms.
Miss
Diane, you are on
naka-mute
mute.
ka.
Here.
Yan. You're on mute again. I think it's we have the low internet connection. That's why
Yes, oo.
it's
Wait lang po.
automatic. Sige, go ahead. We can hear you now.
Ayan. Thank you so much. So again, good afternoon to our speaker and to our students. Thank you for being here, and I hope that everyone is learning as much as we do from our speaker, Miss Charity. So here are the questions for our speakers from our pre-registration, but we will also entertain questions today. So type your questions in our chat box for those who are in the Zoom, and for our viewers on YouTube, you can type your questions in the comment section. So before we proceed with the open forum, I just want to remind everyone that this is a safe space to ask your questions and share opinions. So let us respect the confidentiality and integrity of the information we hear and the people who will share them. Right? So here are the questions for you, ma'am. So the first question is it normal to feel anxious or scared as a fresh graduate?
Actually, normal lang po talaga yun eh. Kaya lang, being an HR of DOLE, NCR before, every time na nag-orient po ako is, ang paalala ko lang sa inyo guys, pakita nyo na magaling kayo, ha? Huwag kayong papaapekto. Okay? Huwag kayong papaapekto. Basta ang mindset kasi natin is ipakita nyo kung gaano kayo kagaling. And ito ang tatandaan nyo, pag wala na kayong ginagawa, magtanong kayo kung ano next na gagawin nyo. Huwag kayo yung tipong aantayin nyo na kung ano yung utos sa inyo. Okay? Kasi doon kami tumitingin actually, being an HR, doon kami tumitingin kung paano ba tong aantayin niya lang ba. Yung iba, madami pang ginagawa, ikaw tapos na. Magtanong kayo kasi doon namin nakikita kung you are willing to learn. Ha? Tatandaan nyo yan. Doon kami mas gusto namin at yun ang gusto namin pag nagpo-promote kami ng employees is that they are willing to learn and gusto nilang how do you call this? Yung cooperative, nakalimutan ko yung term, na marunong kayo makisama, okay? Yun ang importante. Okay? And I think yun lang naman siguro ang pinaka doon eh. Normal lang yan. Okay? Okay, matakot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. No, so we have another very interesting question po. The question is, how can fresh graduates enter the corporate world if businesses are looking for someone with experience already as part of their qualifications?
Okay. Actually, yun po talaga ang sa corporate world, yun talaga. But pag nakita nila guys na during your interview is talagang you're confident and magaling ka sumagot, wala yung yung experience na sinasabi na kailangan may experience bago i-hire. Kasi nakakapag-inspect ako na marami mo sila mga newly grads, ina-accept nila. Kasi ang sabi nga namin, paano sila magkakaroon ng experience kung hindi nyo sila i-hire, di ba? So if I were you, maghanap na kayo ng isasagot nyo para pag tinanong kayo doon is meron kayong magandang isagot. I think this will be discussed later po by Sir later.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have another question po. So what can we do if we feel like we have so much going on with our work and still feel unsatisfied with the work?
Ganyan talaga ang mga nararamdaman ko kung gaano mga millennials, ma'am. Okay. Guys,
Yes,
ganito
ma'am.
lang. Dahil millennials ang aking mga anak, ay wala akong magawa kundi kung saan you feel mag-work. If you're not happy, yun lang. Go out doon. But siguraduhin nyo lang guys na pag umalis kayo sa isang company, meron naman kayong pupuntahang mas maganda. Baka naman maganda na yung company na pasukan nyo, lilipat kayo sa hindi kagandahan. Though, lahat ng employment may pressure, okay? Hindi puro masaya lang saya lang doon sa work, okay? Maraming mga challenges pag nandoon na kayo sa employment world, okay? Basta kung hindi niyo na kaya, kaysa naman magkaroon kayo ng anxiety, okay? Mag-resign kayo, but siguraduhin yun mag-file naman kayo ng naaayon. You observe the 30-day notice, okay?
Thank you, ma'am, for that. No? So, meron po tayong another question. What are the top 3 hard skills to learn daw po?
Ma'am, ang parang hindi ko yun.
Ay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I think I think madidiscuss ba yan ni Sir, ma'am, later? Skills kasi siya, ma'am. Pwede bang
Sige,
yung question is doon sa diniscuss ko, ma'am, yan. But being an
So, for
HR,
ma'am, yeah.
masasagot ko yung iba being the HR, but the skills is I do not know. But in ma'am, ang isa pa rin po sa ating nasa employee nasa matataas pa rin na kailangan na marami is nasa IT, nasa construction pa rin. Yun pa rin po, hindi nagbabago. Pero the IT is nag-evolve na po si IT. So, yun po. And paalala ko po, pag wala kayong ginagawa guys, there are many trainings na online na free naman. You attend trainings, okay? Kasi kung wala namang bayad, why not? Kasi ang hinahanap ng mga employers ay yung marami tayong alam. Okay? Hindi lang ito lang yung alam ko. Yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and for answering the question of our very excited students po. No? So that's all the time we have for the open forum. Back to you, Miss Grace.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Diane. Ayan. Please let me know if I'm audible or not kasi kung bigla rin akong mag-mute because of the internet connection. But I think I am okay.
Yes, you're good,
Tama,
ma'am.
no?
You're
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So at this point, I would like to read the caption for the e-certificate of Ms. Guerra. So allow me to read. So University of the East, Manila Campus, Guidance Counseling and Career Services Office, or GCCSO. Certificate of recognition is hereby given to Ms. Charity Guerra for being the resource speaker in the GCCSO webinar Career Talk 2022, UE Graduates Upskilling Towards Achieving Career Goals, a part of the Guidance Week 2 2022, given this 21st day of November 2022 via Zoom and YouTube Live, given by, signed by Maria Leonila V. Orea, PhD, RGC, Director of the GCCSO. Ayan, thank you very much, Ms. Charity. And this is, I think, the start of a very long relationship because we'll be doing this, no? Yes, ma'am. We'll
Yes,
be doing it
ma'am.
every year. Ayan.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, and congratulations sa ating mga graduates at sa kanilang mga magulang. Congratulations,
Thank
guys.
you. All right. Thank you, Miss Charity, again. And now, ayan. I would like to call in again Miss Anne to introduce naman our second speaker. Isa pa rin nating suki. So, Ma'am Anne, take it away.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Grace. Am I audible? Now I'll
Yes,
check
you
first
are.
before I
Yes,
talk.
yes, you are.
And thank you very much again, Miss Grace. For our next topic, with 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service operations, project management, business process, and human resources, and presently the managing director of Jobs180.com. He was formerly the general manager of the Genius Options Learning Center and a member of the board of advisors for the Lyceum of the Philippines University, Laguna. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Graduated double degree at De La Salle University, Manila, via Applied Economics and Commerce, and major in Marketing Management. To discuss about Resume Link, the most secure resume for online application, let us give a virtual applause to Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim?
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. Thank you
Good
for that
afternoon po.
introduction. Yes, maraming salamat. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. And like what I did earlier, eto na. I'm doing it. So sa lahat po nakikinig ngayon, magandang hapon sa inyo. At kung kayo ay inaantok, I hope isama nyo ito sa panaginip nyo. Okay? Kung sakaling kayo ay matutulog. Pero biro lang. I hope hindi kayo matutulog dito sa topic na ito kasi magagamit ninyo itong ating discussion for not only for your online application but also for your job application. So both online and face-to-face, you'll be able to use this. So ano ba itong pag-uusapan natin? O yan. Tama po yung narinig ninyo sa introduction. Ako talaga si Kim Chua. Lagi nagbibiro, baka kasi Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Yan, I always joke about my name, so don't forget the Wa. That's my name, Kim Chu Wa. So before I show you all the details, let me try to play this video and watch it muna. Panoorin nyo itong video na to. Baka naman sa video pa lang, maintindihan nyo yung gusto kong pag-usapan. Okay, yung pag-usapan natin. Sige na, I'll play this video. Okay, watch it first.
There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser. and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, antonio1delacruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
O ayan, so na-watch nyo na yung video. O diba? So kung di nyo naintindihan yung video, ito na. I will go through the details and the explanation through these slides. So ano ba yung topic natin? Pag-usapan natin ay about this most secured tool for job application. Ang tawag dito ay Resume Link. Now, for those who have already created their resume link, just go along with me. Sundan nyo lang. Tingnan nyo kung tama ba ginawa niyo, kung meron na kayo. Now, kung wala pa kayong nagagawang resume link, mas importante na tumutok na kayo. At ito na yung mga step-by-step guide kung paano nyo gagawin itong tinatawag natin the most secure tool for your job application. Okay? So, simulan na natin. Ayan. Like any other tools, actually, marami tayong mga platform ngayon na ino-offer, di ba? Left and right. Sa totoo lang, pag nagutom kayo, napakabilis, di ba? Konting click-click lang ng telepono, mamaya may pagkain na na-deliver sa inyo. Pag gusto nyo bumili ng mga item, ng mga bagay-bagay, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa mall. Napakabilis lang, di ba? Again, click-click some buttons there and then you'll have it delivered right at your doorstep. So dito naman pagdating sa paghanap ng trabaho, ganun din. And meron din tayong tinatawag nitong mga online tools that you can choose or explore pag gagamitin nyo para maghanap ng trabaho. Now, meron lang akong checklist na gusto i-share sa inyo kasi ang dami-dami mga platform na talagang pwede natin gamitin. Are you using the right one? Ayan. Now, ito yung para sa akin ng checklist ko. So just go with me and let me know if tingin nyo, agree kayo dito sa mga checklist na to. You don't have to unmute your mic. You just have to answer by yourself. Kung sa tingin nyo ba, agree kayo or hindi. Okay? So, ito yung mga checklist ko. Una sa lahat, itong tool na ito, okay, will make you stand out. Okay? And I'm sure you want to stand out because sa dami-dami ng kakompetensya natin ngayon sa paghanap ng trabaho, hindi lang mga fresh graduate kasabay natin, kasabay rin natin dito yung mga iba pang may trabaho na mas may experience, kasabay natin ang lahat. Diba? So, definitely, you want to stand out. Another thing that this tool can do is it allows you to consolidate all the information into one file. So, hindi nyo na problemahin magpunta-punta or magpadala-padala ng iba-ibang mga documents sa mga companies, lalo na kung marami kayong mga iba-ibang information. Some of you, meron kayong mga academic records, meron kayong mga government IDs, meron kayong kung ano pang iba, di ba? Mga portfolio nyo, yung mga iba pang mga documents that you want to share to the company. So this time, you can all share those information in one file na lang. O, di ba? Mas tipid, di ba? Kasi lahat na nakasama na. Now, pagdating po sa proseso, mas nagiging efficient itong tool na ito because the process now, it becomes shorter. No? Pag kayo nag-apply sa mga kumpanya, mas mabilis nyo malaman kung anong proseso ng status na pag-apply nyo. Now, at this point, I want to make sure lang din to remind you na huwag kayo magpaasa ng mga kumpanya. Alam nyo, tayo bilang isang aplikante, huwag tayo nagpapaasa ng mga kumpanya. Seryosohin natin yung mga ina-applyan natin. In as much as kayo rin, ayaw nyo rin kayong pinapaasa kayo, di ba, ng mga companies na ina-applyan nyo. Kaya, pagka kayo ay napili ng mga companies, you wanted them to also take serious of your application. So, yan ang gusto ko sabihin lang. This tool allows your process to become more efficient. Mas mabilis. No, nagkakaroon ng kagad kayo ng mga feedback mechanism. Now, another thing that this tool can do is wala itong bayad. Mukha lang po akong salesman. Okay, pero wala akong binibenta sa inyo. Libre. Ang binibenta ko sa inyo ay idea. Basically, it's an idea that you use this kind of tool. Okay, so wala itong bayad. Absolutely for free. And the most important, I think, in our checklist nowadays is yung security na information. So my question there is, do you want your information to be secured? And I hope ang sagot nyo ay yes. Okay? I hope ang sagot nyo ay yes. Kaya ako nandito para nga i-share sa inyo, itong tinatawag natin the most secured tool for your job application. Okay? Now, bakit siya tinawag na the most secured tool for your job application? Share ko na sa inyo. Okay? This is called the resume link. Resume link by definition is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime. Okay, so I will do an example here. Example lang kung kayo ay si John Santos, kagaya na nababasa niyo sa screen, kung sakali lang kayo si John Santos, ang resume link nyo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. Yan na ang resume link nyo. Now, for those who are wondering paano gagawa niyan at hindi napanood yung video kanina, ito po yung first step. Okay, the first step is free to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay, wala itong bayad. Now, paano kayo gagawa ng resume link niyo? Pumunta kayo dito sa pinapakita kong link. Okay, this is schools.jobs180.com/UE. Okay, huwag niyo ko tanongin kung bakit UE kasi yan po ang school ninyo. Okay, ganun lang kasimple. So go to your school career portal, which is schools.jobs180.com/UE, and from here, you will see in the upper right side portion may nakalagay na register. Click mo lang yan. Okay, then you can already proceed in the next steps. Now, just in case hindi mo naalala tong link na to, pwede kayong pumunta sa website ni jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com, and that is where you're going to register. Ganun din, green button, upper right side portion, and that's where you start to fill in the blanks. Okay, now, if ever lang you're doing so, ganito lang yung makikita ninyo. Napakabilis. This takes less than 2 minutes para magawa mo yung basic information nyo, magawa mo yung personal details, education background, pati na rin yung work experience kung meron kayong work experience. Kung wala naman, doon lang kayo hanggang page 3 lang. Okay, wag na kayong mag-invento ng work experience nyo kung wala naman talagang work experience. Okay? Now, as you proceed to creating your account, you have to start by making your resume link. So, saan ba nakabase ang resume link? Nakabase yan sa pangalan nyo, sa unique name nyo. That's my recommendation. Okay? So, wag na tayo magpakahirap pa. Halimbawa lang let me do a shout out to the audience. I see someone by the name of Shaylee. I hope tama yung sabi ko. Shaylee Nerona. Ayan, nakita ko kanina doon sa listahan. So, gamitin ko si Ma'am Shaylee Nerona as an example. If you are Shaylee Nerona, your resume link could look something like shayleenerona.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. O, diba? Na kung sakali lang may ibang Shailene Nerona na una sa inyo. Kagaya ko, dami-daming Kim Choa sa mundo, diba? Kung sakali may nauna sa inyo mag-register, kapangalan mo, eksakto-eksakto, pwede kang maging creative. Kasi magkakaroon na red na box Sasabihin niya doon, this name has already been taken. O, pag taken na, huwag kayong malungkot. Diba? Pag nakataken na, kita mo, taken na yung si Shailene. Okay lang. Okay, basta maging creative tayo. So, paano tayo magiging creative? Pwede mo baliktarin. Okay, pwede mo baliktarin. Unahin mo muna apelyido mo. Pwede mo gawin Nerona Shailene. O kaya S Nerona. O kaya Nerona S. O di ba? O kaya SN. O kaya NS. Depende kung anong gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kayong kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, paalala ko lang, mga taga-UE, huwag tayong OA. Pag gumawa ng resume link, huwag tayo gumawa ng tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, Barbie doll, lover boy, yung mga ganyan. Kasi hindi siya mukhang professional. Imagine going to the company. No, you're going to apply to a company. Tapos tatanungin sa inyo, do you have your resume? Sasabihin mo, yes ma'am, meron po akong resume. Pero yung resume link ko ay, sabihin mo, eljoblo.jobs180.com. Pag yan ang sinabi mo, baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. Diba? Baka hindi na lang magpatuloy sa pag-screen. Diba? So, you get what I'm saying. No? Do not overdo it. Huwag masyadong ganyang OA. Stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? As you create your account, use a valid email. Ano yung mga valid email? Kagaya ng Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, MSN Live. Whatever email that is, basta nabubuksan ninyo. Huwag kang gumamit ng, paalala ko lang huwag kang gumamit ng sample, joseph@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng patricia@facebook.com na email. Kasi pag ginamit mo yung @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Kailangan gamitin mong email yung nabubuksan nyo dahil kailangan mo mag-verify ng account ninyo para matapos ka sa first step. Okay, remember, you have to verify your account so that you'll be getting your notifications as well as you can use your resume link. If you don't do this, sayang naman. Gumawa ka pa ng resume link, hindi mo rin siya magagamit, hindi mo rin ma-receive yung mga pinapadala ng mga possible job notifications sa inyo. Okay? So for you to verify, simple lang. Buksan mo email mo, hanapin mo yung verification link, click mo lang yung verify now na button, yung link, tapos na. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? You're done with the first step. So ano yung first step? Register. O, diba? Absolutely for free. Let's go to the second step. Second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. You have to complete your information. Na ba't ko nasabing pinaka-logical yan? Sino sa inyo dito mag-apply ng mga kumpanya tapos magbibigay ng resume, kulang-kulang detalye? Meron ba sa inyo dito magsasubmit ng resume sa mga companies tapos bungi-bungi information nyo? I think hindi mo gagawin yan kasi hindi mo sasayangin oras mo at oras ng HR. So, importante dito, buhatin ang bangko ng UE. Diba? Pag nag-submit ng mga resume link sa mga companies, dapat kompleto ang detalye. And how will you do that? Balik kayo dito sa link na pinapakita ko. Okay, you can write this down, you can try to memorize it or try to take a screenshot, di ba? Puntahan mo lang, schools.jobsonid.com/UE. Now, at this page, hindi mo na kailangan mag-register ulit kasi meron ka na account eh. Ang gagawin mo mag-login. Di ba? You have to log in. Okay, now in case lang you forgot this link, because ang dami-dami kong kailangan tandaan na link, pumunta ka na lang sa website ni jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com, and this is where you now log in. Now, as you log in, simple lang. You put here your registered email sa account ninyo and then your password. Now, presumably, you don't share your password naman to anyone, diba? So, what you do next is you just have to log in. Pag nag-log in na kayo, nandun na kayo sa dashboard nyo, sa job seeker dashboard. Now, at this point, may iba sa inyo humihirit na, Sir, meron na akong resume, nagawa ko na po yan. Nasa Word file, PDF file, whatever file. And the good news, kung nagawa mo na yung resume mo pala sa ibang mga file, all you need to do is just to transfer na lang all the information here sa loob ng resume link. Lipat mo na lang. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Lipat mo lang lahat ng details mo dun sa traditional resume mo papunta sa resume link ninyo. And why will you do that? Para maging secured yung data nyo. In case you're wondering, Sir, hindi po ba secured pag nasa Word file, pag naka-PDF, or naka-zip file? To tell you, hindi. Okay? Bakit? Mamaya, explain ko pa sa inyo. Okay? Meanwhile, sabi ko nga, simple na lang ang buhay. Pag nakagawa ka na ng resume sa ibang file format, lipat mo na lang dito sa loob ng resume link para maging secured. Kung hindi ka pa gumagawa, edi good. Dito ka na magsimula. Diba? Just fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, as you're filling in the blanks, I will not go through all these blanks. Because obvious naman, di ba? Pag nakita mo dyan address, kaninong address na lagay mo, edi mo lamang address mo. Di ba? Hindi yung address ng pinsan mo. Alis magkasama kayo sa bahay ng pinsan mo. Di ba? Pag nakita mo dyan birthday, malamang birthday mo, hindi yung birthday ng kapatid mo. Alis magkakambal kayo. Di ba? You get what I'm saying? So, I will not spoon feed you na of what to put in here. You know naman kung anong kailangan isulat. Now, isa lang sa mga papaalala ko, yung mga key points na wag niyong kakalimutan. Example, pagdating sa contact details. Please make sure that you put all the possible means na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng, hindi lang phone number, hindi lang mobile number. Kasi may iba sa inyo, pag tinatawagan kayo sa cellphone, hindi naman kayo sumasagot. Kasi pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, pag nag-ring, ring, 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 hala, sino kaya ito? Diba? Hindi ko ito kilala. Ano ginagawa? Hinahayaan na lang. Matapos mag-ring or sometimes nire-reject nyo. Diba? Just because iniisip nyo baka scam yan or baka may tinataguan kayo. Kaya ang tip ko, very practical sagutin nyo yung tawag kapag may tumatawag sa inyo hindi nyo kilala. You never know. That might be an opportunity knocking to your door. Tsaka mo na lang husgahan. Tsaka mo na alamin kapag itong tumatawag sa inyo ba ay opportunity or nagsascam. Diba? You know what to do pag scam. And then just reject the call. Diba? Okay? So, importante, lagay mo dyan lahat ng pwedeng paraan na pwede ka makontakt. Hindi lang po mobile number, not only your email address, but also your social media account. Because nowadays, it's easier. You know, we just send you a private message, hi, are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. Mabilis mag-PM. Diba? Mas mabilis makaproceed. Okay? Now, another thing that I'd like to remind you here is you can also choose the work options. If you can see on the screen that I'm showing you, meron dyan 4 na work options sa pwede nyong pilian. Parang yes, no, switch lang yan. No, on, off, switch lang to. Willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT. Maybe some of you are looking for OJT or internship. Diba? Now, willing to work overseas. Yes or no lang yan. Ang gagawin ng system, i-try nyo kayo i-match sa mga possible companies na naghahanap ng kapareho ng profile nyo. Now, remember, hindi ko sinabing automatic meron na kayong trabaho pag ginawa nyo itong resume link. I'm just saying, it will make your life easier. Diba? Kasi pag sinet-up nyo ito na maayos, marami mga companies ang pwede mag-match sa profile nyo and then you just decide kung sino sa mga companies na yan ang i-entertain nyo. O, di ba? Saan ka pa? Company na lumalapit sa inyo ngayon, di ba? Trabaho na. Okay? Now, moving forward, what else do you put here? You put here your school under education. For obvious reason naman, you put here University of the East. Kung meron ka ibang school other than UE, you can also put it here before after you stay in UE. Wala naman to limit sa space. Pagdating sa seminars attended, ganun din yan. No? Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo sa seminars attended nyo, no problem. Basta lang make sure alam mo yung pinag-usapan sa seminar na yun. Baka ma-interview ka during that interview by the HR. Okay? Now, pagdating sa certification, ganun din. Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to achievement, isa lang papaalala ko, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Because hindi naman tayo lahat dito academically inclined eh. Example lahat ba kayo Dean's Lister? Malamang hindi. 'Di ba? Lahat ba kayo graduate na may honors? Hindi rin naman eh, 'di ba? So, some of you are not really, hindi talaga kayo mahilig mag-aral. I mean, hindi mahilig mag-aral. Hindi tayo academically inclined. Pero very active tayo sa school. Some of us are, part of the student organization. 'Di ba? Yung ba naman sa iyo talagang tahimik lang sa school. Pero sa labas ng school, doon kayo sobrang bibo. Malay ko baka miyembro kayo ng ng barangay nyo, isa kayong kagawad. O, di ba? Lagay mo diyan. Di ba? Lahat na sa tingin mo, mga achievement mo, you put it there. Because remember, what you're doing now is you're trying to make yourself more marketable to the prospective company. Di ba? Yan. So, lagay mo diyan. Di ba? What makes you different among your other classmates or batchmates? Lagay mo diyan lahat. Okay? Pagdating sa skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang to. Sa skills po, isa lang ang reminder ko. Do not limit your skills diyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat kayo education graduate, ang alam mo lang gawin magturo. Hindi porkat ikaw ay engineering graduate, ang alam mo lang gawin mga engineering stuff. You might be into photography, 'di ba? You might be into graphic design. You might be into programming. You might be into arts and crafts, into so many other things na walang connect sa course mo. So you put it there. Because again, paalala ko lang sa inyo, you are marketing yourself more effectively to that prospective employer or company, di ba? Kaya dapat ilagay mo dyan. Pagdating sa languages, sigurado ko dalawa na alam nyo. At the very minimum, at the very least, dalawa na. You know English, you know Filipino, or Tagalog, para exact dialect, Tagalog, di ba? Some of you knows Chabacano, Kapampangan, Bisaya, Waray, di ba? Hiligay nun. Lagay mo dyan. Wala naman limit sa space yan. Foreign languages, Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kahit ano pa alam nyo, German, put it there, di ba? Basta alam nyo yung mga languages na sinasabi nyo. Okay? Now, when it comes to references, isa lang paalala kong importante dito. Most of the time, yung mga references na nilalagay nyo, sigurado akong kilala nyo. Sure ako, di ba? Kilala nyo. Ang tanong, kayo ba kilala nila? Sana, oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references na nilalagay nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinaka-worst dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala, dinideny pa. Dinideny pa ng mga reference na kilala kayo. Di ba? So you have to advise your references na ginawa silang reference. Okay? So at least they know what to tell about you pag sila ay natawagan. Now at this point, I know a lot of you have already created your resume. Sa mga meron na, then it's just really something that you just have to copy and paste na lang. Ganun lang kasimple. Now moving forward, ito yung mga papakita ko sa inyo yung portion na mga amazing na portion na wala sa traditional resumes natin. Let me start with the portfolio section. Yan. Ano tong portfolio section? Itong portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. Okay, example lang, later on, pag graduate nyo, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo? Meron kayong diploma, meron kayong transcript. O, yung ba sa inyo, humirit, sir, meron akong diploma, correct. Meron akong toga, mali. Okay, meron akong grad pick, mali. Okay, hindi po yung ebidensya na graduate na kayo. Yung official document, siyempre. Okay, meron kayong NBA clearance as proof now, wala ka talagang criminal record. Example, 'di ba? Meron kang passport pagka proof na ikaw ay pwede pumunta sa ibang bansa. 'Di ba? So you get what I'm saying. So you put it here. Okay? Now, a lot of you are now thinking, sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming gagraduate sa UE, magkaklase kami lahat eh. Pareho ng teachers namin, pareho naman curriculum namin, pareho naman, basically pareho naman lahat ng pinagdaanan namin, then how will I stand out compared to my classmate? 'Di ba? Or vice versa, how will my classmate, 'di ba, stand out compared to me? 'Di ba? Paano na pare-pareho naman kami ng pinanggagalingan ngayon. Ito yung recommend ko sa inyo. And with this recommendation, I am sure magiging unique na kayo compared to everyone. Okay? Each and every one of you. Okay? So what do? You get your smartphone. Kunin yung smartphone nyo. Okay? Pag wala, mahiram sa kaibigan. Okay? Record a selfie video. Okay? Pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Ganun lang kasimple. Di ba? Ayan. But you don't have to make it very, very long. Diba? Mga iksi lang. 30 seconds, 1 minute at the most. Let me play this video para may idea kayo. Okay? Answer basic questions like, why should we hire you? O kaya, tell me something about yourself. Diba? Ayan, pakinggan nyo lang muna to. Sige. Para may idea ko. 30 seconds lang. Very quick.
Good day. I'm Kathleen Anes Pangilinan, 19 years old from Pasig City, and currently taking BSIT with specialization in web and mobile application at FEU Institute of Technology. You should hire me so I can obtain an entry-level position in the field of information technology, where I can realize my knowledge and skills in the field that I am in. I am passionate, hardworking, and most of all, optimistic. To know more about me, you can visit my resume link, kathleenannpangilinan.jobs180.com.
O di ba? Napakabilis lang, 30 seconds lang, pero very effective, very efficient. Bakit ko nasabi yan? Because most of the time, HR people will be calling you because they wanted to evaluate your communication skills. Now, I'm not saying that you have to say it in straight English because I never told you to create an English video. Okay? Ang sabi ko lang naman dito is you create your selfie video. Okay? Now, if you, I do recommend, I do encourage that you speak in English kasi nga, most of the companies will be calling you to evaluate yung com skills nyo. Yan ang totoo, 'di ba? And marami sa atin minsan tumatawag, busy yung signal, may background, nasa biyahe. So there's a lot of ang tawag dito mga aberya, 'di ba? Maraming aberya eh. So what I really recommend is you create your selfie video. Pag hindi mo type, delete it. Ganun ka simple, 'di ba? And then when you're done, pag gusto mo na, i-save it sa YouTube, sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channels right now that you can use and just upload that video there and click the link. Just use the link to put it here sa my portfolio section nyo or document section nyo. O, di ba? Ganun lang kasimple. O, ayan. O, sige, tuloy natin ito. Gets nyo na anong dapat gawin. Huwag nyo na tanongin kung paano gumawa ng video, ng selfie video. Tumi-TikTok nga kayo eh. Di ba? Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Alam nyo na paano gawin yan. Okay? So now, ano pang meron dito sa resume link na maganda no compared to traditional resume? You have here your portfolio, your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to go to studio, yung mga professional studio para mag-makeup pa kayo, mag-hair, hair styling pa. Hindi na kailangan ganyan. Importante you dress appropriately and then you look at the camera with plain background, you're good to go. Just like on the left side of your screen. Yan yung mga magaganda example. Never ever do something na nasa right side ng screen nyo. Yung mga pinapakita ko sa kanan ng screen nyo, they don't look professional. Yung mga ini-edit ng ganyan, yung mga naglalagay ng avatar, di ba? Do not cut your picture pag may group picture kayo. It doesn't look professional. And of course, you wear something naman. Group picture na nga, nakahubad pa, di ba? So, you get what I'm saying. I'm just showing you the good and not so good example. Another thing that I'd like to highlight here that makes this really, really, really catchy no, sa mga HR is that you can create your cover photo. Now, pasintabi lang sa matatamaan. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay gifted with writing skills. May iba sa atin dito, no, hirap na hirap i-express ang ating thoughts and feelings into words. Hindi mo siya mai-type, hindi mo siya maisulat. Bakit? Hindi siya natural sa atin. Pero pagdating sa paglagay ng mga picture, ang galing. Kita mo kaagad, gets kaagad ng HR or ng person na tumitingin kung ano yung message mo. Just like these examples here. Take a look at the one on the left. This person is someone from maybe an ophthalmologist or optometrist. Iba humihirit, sir, baka naman eye expert siya. O ganun lang, para simple, eye expert, di ba? Yung nasa kanan, ano kaya siya? Sabi niya iba, sir, para siyang admin person or clerical person siguro yan. Or iba humihirit, sir, parang makalat yung taong yan kasi ang kalat ng lamesa. Again, it really depends on the interpretation of the person looking at the picture, di ba? Another thing that I want to show you as a good example is this one, someone from psychology or someone from neurology, di ba? Depende. Or maybe just someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. O, di ba? Another example pa, maganda example ko, ito po. Hindi po ito miyembro ng Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin siya social climber, just so you know. Okay? This person wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. You reach your goal by taking one step at a time. Yan ang gusto niya sabihin sa picture niya, dyan sa cover photo niya. O, di ba? Ang galing, di ba? So, yan yung gusto ko sabihin sa inyo. Now, you can draw inspiration of these examples that I showed you. Now, when I show you good examples, I will also show you not so good examples para wag niyong gagayahin. Okay? Unang-una sa lahat, wag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Never ever leave those pictures blank. Okay? Wag na gagawin yan. At pag nalagay ka ng picture, wag yung pugot yung ulo nyo. Pangit tignan kung pugot naman yung ulo. Di ba? Now, kung member tayo ng LGBTQ, okay lang din. Lagay mo dyan yung picture nyo. Alam nyo kung bakit? Marami kasi sa mga pangalan ngayon, interchangeable. I myself, I'm guilty of that. Diba? Tingnan nyo, Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. I also encountered a lot of mga applicants na may mistaken ko yung pangalan. Hindi ko alam kung lalaki or babae. Nakita ko dati, aplikante, pangalan Joey, Alex, George, Chris, Sam, Nick. Recently, meron ako na interview aplikante. Pangalan niya Erich. Akala ko babae. Yung pala lalaki. O, di ba? So, there's a lot of things that, mahirap eh. So, mabuti pa, recommend ko na lang, put your picture there so that you'll be able to let the HR know kung sino ba talaga yung kakausapin nila. Okay? Another thing that you don't do is never ever leave this blank. If you leave this blank, ganyan dating yan. Walang dating. So don't expect that the HR will be, moving forward with your application pag ganyan na sinabit nyo sa mga kumpanya. Kasi parang blanco rin lang naman yan eh. Nagbigay ka ng papel, kumbaga traditional way, nagbigay ka ng blanco papel, pangalan lang kasulat. Now, using resume link, wala ring anything. O di ba ganun din yun, di ba? So you have to catch the HR's attention. Now, if you want to catch attention, never ever do something like this. Now, for me lang, this is just my opinion, do not ever do something like this because I don't think this looks professional. Dating kasi parang ang message niya, tamad, emo, chill lang, happy-go-lucky, di ba? Parang walang pakialam sa buhay. Yan yung dating sa akin. Okay, kaya sabi ko nga, just my opinion, no? Kaya yan po, no? I showed you the good and not so good examples. Now, let's examine a very good example, si iExpert. Kompleto lahat ng detalye niya. Everything that you would like the HR to know or everything that the HR would need to know from the applicant is already here, including yung mga documents, pati mga portfolio niya na nagpapatunay na siya isang licensed ophthalmologist. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alam ko matatalino yung mga taga-UE. Nag-iisip na kayo ngayon eh. Malamang iba siya nag-react na ngayon. Sir, pag ginawa ko ba yung sinasabi ninyo sa resume link, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na to sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings 100%. And how do you do that? Follow the screen that I'll show you. Follow the screen. Yan. When you go to your dashboard, meron doon settings. Sa settings portion, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. Under the privacy settings, you now choose which one you want to show or hide in public. So on off lang yan. Halimbawa lang, you don't want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. You don't want to show your address. What do you do? Turn it off. Diba? You don't want to show your references. What do you do? Turn it off. Diba? So lahat ng in-off mo, tapos sinave mo yung profile, nakatago na siya sa public. Now, just in case lang you decide to change your mind. Halimbawa, 2 minutes later, sabi mo, sige na nga, turn on ko na nga yung birthday ko, baka sakali batiin ako ng HR. Okay, turn on mo, save mo yung profile. What happens next? Lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, makita na nila yung birthday mo because you turn it on. Diba? And maybe 3 days later or 3 weeks later, na-realize mo, i-turn on ko kaya yung address ko. Baka sakali lang malaman ng HR, malapit lang pala yung bahay namin sa kumpanyang ina-applyan ko. Halimbawa lang. So what you do, turn it on, save your profile. Lahat ng mga nabigyan mo ng resume link by the time na ginawa mo yon, malalaman na nila saan yung address mo. You get what I'm saying? Dagdag bawas lang yan. Edit, on off switch. Kung ano man yung last mong ni-save sa profile mo, yan ang mag-reflect sa resume link nyo. O ha? Ayos, di ba? O yan. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? Now, reminders na lang. No? For those who came in late. So, nandun tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na tayo eh. First step, you register. It's absolutely for free. Wala po itong bayad. Libre. Okay? Libre po yan. Pangalawang step, you complete your information. That's the most logical of all the steps. Okay? And in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting. You have to be able to catch the HR's attention. So, dapat kompleto and catchy ang details nyo. And then, dapat updated din. Okay? Kasi nga, na-catch mo attention ng HR, hindi ka naman makontak, sayang din naman yung opportunity. Diba? So, might as well update your information para kayo ay ma-reach out kaagad ng mga companies. Okay? Now, let's go to the last step. Last step na tayo. Ayan na. Submit. A lot of you are now thinking, how will I be able to use my resume link pagdating po sa paghanap ng trabaho? Some of you plan to go abroad. Maybe some of you will be working outside of Manila. Or maybe some of you would like to join the job fair. Diba? Or maybe, I don't know, you want to apply directly to the company. So, depende. Maraming options eh. Diba? So, pakita ko sa inyo lahat ng possible options. Lahat yan, pwede mo gamitin ng resume link. At lahat ito, to your advantage pa. Simulan ko na. Okay, una sa lahat, magbigay pugay tayo sa ating alma mater. Balik muna tayo kay UE. Now, go to the career portal which says schools.jobs180.com/UE. By the way, this is the last time I'm showing you this slide. So if you want to write this down, take a picture, take a screenshot, please do so. Okay, because I will not be showing this screen anymore in my presentation. So write this down. Okay, schools with an S, schools.jobs180.com/UE. From this page, pwede kayo mag-scroll. Pwede mo tignan dyan. Maraming mga companies, maraming opportunities pwede nyo makita. And most of the companies you will find here are industry partners of your alma mater, of UE. Okay? So, pwede mo explore. Submit na kung syempre kung meron kayong gusto doon ng mga kumpanya. Kung sakaling labitin kayo, pwede kayo pumunta sa website ni jobs180.com, www.jobs180.com, at doon kayo mag-search ng mga companies. Now, speaking of search, sasagutin ko lang isang agam-agam ng mga audience. No? Some of you are thinking, Sir, pwede ba ma-search yung resume link? O yan, baka yan inisip nyo. No? Pwede ba ma-search yung resume link? The answer there is no. Try to go to jobs180.com. May makita kayo doon search bar. Yung search bar na makita nyo sa website ng Jobs180 can only search for 3 things lang. Pwede lang niya ma-search doon, company name, position title, at saka location. Yan lang ang pwede niya ma-search. Okay, so halimbawa lang, no, gusto mo i-type doon na wala tuloy maisip, Jeffrey. O type mo Jeffrey. 'Diba? Tingnan mo kung may lalabas. Malamang wala. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Jeffrey. Doon lang may lalabas. Okay? So again, going back. How do you search for companies? Just type in there the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi meron. 'Di ba? Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. 'Di ba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin yung something pag wala talaga. O, 'di ba? Alam niyo parang pag-ibig lang din yan. 'Di ba? Huwag natin pilitin. Pag wala, wala talaga eh. Okay? So, ganun lang yon. Maybe at this point, those companies are not yet open, or they don't have any opportunities, or maybe those companies have not posted yet in jobs on it.com. So ganun lang 'yon. Pag meron, pag wala, wala. Now meanwhile, there's a lot of other companies you can explore. Sobrang daming companies nandiyan. So pwede mo tignan, 'di ba? Kung ano may ibang companies na mag-fit sa profile nyo. Now again, one of the things I want to highlight here is that you can submit your resume link to those companies even if you are not yet qualified. Okay, let me repeat what I just said. Pwede ka mag-apply sa mga kumpanya na gusto mong applyan, gusto mong pasukan kahit na ikaw ay hindi pa qualified. Okay? Example, you see a company and that company is looking for someone with at least 5 years of experience. And for obvious reason, you don't have 5 years of experience because gagraduate pa lang kayo. Siguro at the most, maybe you only have a few years just because of your internship, maybe. Diba? So kulang ka pa sa 5 years. Now, why will you apply to that company today? I do recommend you submit your resume link today, as in now na, dun sa kumpanyang gusto mo applyan kahit hindi ka pa qualified, because una sa lahat, 5 years from now, my assumption is you start working this year. Okay? So 5 years from now, meron ka ng 5 years experience. O, diba? Hindi pwede ka na mag-qualify. Diba? Hindi mo na kailangan bumalik-balik sa kumpanya para sabihin, ma'am, ako po yung OJT nyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 5 years ago. Ako po yung nag-apply sa inyo 3 years ago. Diba? You don't need to go back and forth doing that. You just have to submit it now and update na lang, or update your profile na lang from your end. Another reason why I do recommend you submit your resume today, kahit hindi ka pa qualified for that position, is because that company could possibly find a fit for you sa ibang mga position na mag-open doon. Di ba? You never know. Di ba? Baka magkaroon ng ibang opportunity later on, 2 months down the line or 5 months down the line, magkaroon ng opportunity doon, pwede ka na nila makonsider for that opening. O, di ba? Kaya bigay mo lang resume mo, walang mawawala dyan. Okay? Another thing that I recommend is you are using emails to submit your resume. Tama? Now, there's nothing wrong using emails. Okay lang ang email. Ang tanong dito, paano nyo sinesend yung resume nyo? Do you do it like this? Or do you write your email and say, Dear HR Manager, I'm sending you my, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Tapos ang gagawin mo next? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file or whatever file you have. If that is how you're doing it, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore sa email nyo. Hindi mo na kailangan i-attach. Ang gawin mo na lang, i-type mo diretso yung resume link mo. Look at my example. Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz at jobsonit.com. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you. Send. Tapos na. Kung meron kang gusto idagdag, diba, or i-attach, or anything na kailangan baguhin, you just have to attach it or change it inside your resume link. And that resume link, you don't change anymore. So, real-time update na siya. Whereas, kung i-compare mo lang kung kayo ay gumamit ng traditional resume na pag in-attach nyo, kailangan mo padalahan ulit yung HR. E di ang kulit niyan, di ba? Nakakapagod. Magpapadala ka ulit. Dear HR Manager, I'm now sending you my updated resume. Kasi nagpalit ka ng phone number. Dati prepaid, ngayon prepaid pa rin. Example. Or postpaid na. So you have to inform the HR to change your number. Eh paano kung halimbawa nagkaroon ka ng award, nagkaroon ka ng change of address or maybe other development in your career? So you have to inform the HR pa rin. Diba? Ano gagawin mo? Padala ulit na isa pang HR, isa pang email? Dear HR Manager, I am now sending you my updated, most recent resume. Is that how you're going to do that? Diba? Moving forward. I hope hindi. Kasi hindi mo napapahirapan buhay mo, tsaka hindi mo na pahirapan buhay ng HR. Napakahirap kaya mag-keep track ng mga updated na resume. I mean, yung sino yung pinaka-updated na resume sa lahat ng mga sinasend ng mga aplikante. This time, just need to change na lang your information inside the resume link. O, diba? Ayos pa? Kaya pa ng powers. O, next pa. Okay, ito pa. O, some of you are now reacting. Sir, pwede ba ako gumamit ng hard copy? Kasi gusto ng kumpanya na na-applyan ko, dapat hard copy daw. Long bond or short bond paper. Sure. Pwede mo gamitin ngayon yung resume link. Now, after you fill out everything sa loob ng resume link mo, pwede mo i-print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. Diba? Maginawa sa bulsa. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-submit ng mga resumes na example, mga 3 pages no, sa isang set lang. Kaya umabot ng 3 pages yung resume kasi ang lalaki ng font, naka size 42. Diba? O yan. So, sample lang. O, again, you don't need to do that. Okay, tipid na rin tayo. Gamitin mo na lang resume link, print 1 column or 2 column version. Ikaw bahala mamili kung ano gusto mo dun sa dalawang version na yun. Either way, it will try to compress everything into 1 page. So maginhawa na. Diba? Now, some of you are now thinking, Sir, meron pa ba ibang way para mas makatipid tayo at para mas maging secured pa? Ito yung sagot. Gumamit ka ng resume link card. Okay, parang business card lang yan. Okay? So, in one long bond paper or short bond paper, pwede ka ngayon mag-create ng sarili mong design. Okay, you can make multiple sets of cards. Maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Okay, and then out of those cards, what you do, you can now print using your name lang, nakalagay doon na pangalan lang, tsaka resume link. Then you cut them. Okay, afterwards. Then that's your hard copy. So when you go to the company and apply, ma'am, pwede po mag-apply. Look at the picture I'm showing you. I took this picture around 2014, diba? Which is almost a decade ago. So pumunta yung aplikante, ma'am, pwede mag-apply sa inyo. Sabi ng HR, yes, do you have your resume? Ma'am, meron po. Inabot niya yung resume link card niya. Yung card, hard copy pa rin, no? Inabot niya. Ma'am, ito po. Sabi ng HR sa kanya, ano yan? Diba? Kasi hindi niya alam first time. Ma'am, with all due respect, that is my resume. Diba? At your own time, at your own convenience, you can open it with any browser. No, Google Chrome, Firefox, Android, Safari, whatever you're using na gadget, laptop, smartphone, tablet, kahit ano po, pwede nyo makita information ko. At kung may kulang po kayong mga details na kailangan nyo from me, you just let me know. I'll just simply attach it there and you can see all the information. I look forward to you being considered po dito sa ina-applyan kong position. Parang ganyan. Diba? You just have to say it lang politely. So, ganun. Malaking ginhawa sa part ng HR yan. Now, on your end, let me focus on your side. No? Sa part mo, tipid. For very, very obvious reason, di ba? Kung mag-a-apply ka sa 10 kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan 10 long bond paper, di ba? Magastos din 'yun. So this time, isang long bond paper lang, tapos gupitin mo na lang 10 maliliit, di ba? And that's what you now submit to the companies. Now, the other thing na mas importante dito i-consider, yung security na information nyo. Ba't ko nasabi 'yun? If I'm going to do it side by side, comparison lang, okay? If you're using a traditional resume, one long bond paper or short bond paper yung print out mo, okay? Sinabit mo sa isang kumpanya, okay? For whatever reason, nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan ng hangin, nilipad Okay? May nakapulot na stranger. Sabi ng stranger, poop, ano nangyari? Kita na niya lahat ng information mo. Tama? Tama. You cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Wala kang control Kasi nilipad ng papel, may nakakita, alam na buong details nyo. Dahil lahat ng details mo, nakalagay dun sa traditional resume nyo. Whereas, compare it to you using a resume link card. Binigay mo sa kumpanya, hard copy pa rin, nilipad nga lang ng hangin, same din, kasalanan ng hangin, may nakapulot na stranger, ano nangyari? Limited ngayon si stranger sa information that you will show or hide in your privacy settings. Ayos, di ba? You now get what I'm saying. Okay? Ayan. So, kaya ko nirekomenda gamitin nyo resume link kasi it is all for your advantage. Sa panahon ngayon, napansin ko marami sa mga aplikante, they're already taking advantage of the technology using their cell phone, their gadget to apply. Okay, now, just in case lang, kayo po ay wala pa talagang smartphone, baka naman sabihin nyo, napaka-bias ko no, sa mga gadget. Kung walang gadget, walang problema. Okay, hindi kayo nili-leave behind. Okay, kayo po ay pwede pa rin gumamit ng resume link. Once you have already created your resume link, you can now use it by writing it down. Okay, just write it down, mano-mano. No, when you go to mga companies, merong walk-in na forms, job application form, you can write down your name and your resume link. That's it. I'm usually comparing this to the contact tracing that I experienced before. And this is real talk lang. Okay, real talk. Back in a few months time or a few years back, no, alam niyo naman yung kasasagan ng pandemic natin, when I went to yung mga establishments, bangko, mga restaurants, mga tindahan, depende kung anong pupuntahan mo, they would usually have a registration form doon for contact tracing. Tawag nila contact tracing form. Anong gagawin ko? Nilalagay ko 2 info lang. Lagay ko pangalan ko, lagay ko resume link, tapos pipirmahan ko. Yan ang gagawin ko. And most of the time, I say 9 out of 10 times, haharangin ako ng guard. Sabihin ng guard, ay, sir, excuse me, sir. Sasabihin sa akin. Kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, real talk lang, kinukwento ko lang. Sabi ng guard, sir, excuse me, sir. Nasaan po yung contact details nyo? Minsan, pilosopuhin pa ako. Sabihin, sir, kaya nga siya contact tracing, di ba? Dapat nandyan yung contact number nyo. Ginaganon pa ako, di ba? Sabi ko, syempre, you have to answer lang politely. Sabi ko, sir, I understand po, no? Anong kailangan nyo? And what I'll do is I'll do a demo. Sir, yung nisulat ko po dyan, everything that your company needs is already there. So what I'll do, I'll use my phone, I'll type my resume link, I'll show it to him. Sir, ito po yun. Pag nakita niya, uy, okay andyan din pala yung social media mo, mobile number mo, landline mo, lahat nandyan, pati address. Yes, sir. Sabi ko, So, yan po yung dahilan bakit nilalagay ko lang yung resume link is because iniiwasan ko po yung possibility na meron dumaan dito na hindi ko naman kilala or kaano-ano, tapos ang gagawin niya, pipicturean lang niya, di ba? Pipicturean lang niya yung buong registration form na wala man lang ako kamali-mali kung sino yung taong yun at alam niya buong details ko. Okay, so you now decide why I am sharing this to you. If this tool is something that is useful, especially to protect your information, then by all means, please use your resume link. Diba? You don't want to be on the other side na tipong nagsulat ka ng pangalan doon, name, email, phone number, address, course, lahat na ng information nakasulat sa registration form without your knowledge na meron dumaan doon na stranger, pinicturean lang niya, and then for whatever purpose na pwedeng gamitin yung information mo. Okay? You get what I'm saying? And I'm sure you do. Diba? Okay, so wrap up ko na to. Okay, wrap up na natin. Okay, checklist. Are you using the right tool? Babalik na ako dyan sa checklist na yan. Okay? Para sa akin, resume link is the right tool, not because I am from Jobs on 80, therefore I am biased, of course, to using this tool. But hindi. I look at it objectively. Unang-una sa lahat, yung privacy settings, ikaw may control. 100%. Dagdag, bawas, edit, whatever you want to do, ikaw may control real time dun sa information mo. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. Whatever the HR needs from you, whatever you want the HR to see from you, you can already upload it there real time. Diba? Ganun kabilis. Flexibility, ganun din. You want to print your resume, pwede mo i-print. Hindi ka may galit sa papel. You can print it at your own pace. Ikaw bahala. No? 1 column, 2 column version. Either way, one pager lang siya. Okay? Now, cost efficient, wala tong gastos sa bayad, libre po yan sa mga pilosopong nakikinig. Sir, kailangan ko ng pang data, kailangan ko ng pang internet, 'di ba? Yes, you can be resourceful in finding those internet, 'di ba? Kung saan man 'yon, 'di ba? Pwede naman gumamit ng libreng wifi, 'di ba? So, very cost efficient. All right? Ayan. So, sinasabi ko lang ito yung reason why I consider this as the right tool. And more than that, you get a lot of benefits. You can share this to whatever platform you want to share it to, using social media account, using email, text, Viber. Ikaw bahala. Ikaw may control eh. 'Di ba? Ikaw may control. And then you don't need to save those resumes anymore sa mga USB ninyo, like this one. So, wag niyo na 'tong gamitin. Lalo na sa mga public computers, wag niyo na 'tong gagamitin kasi pag you never know, some computers nowadays may mga malware na ini-install. Pag sinaksak mo pa lang USB mo, kinapture niya lahat ng information na nasa loob ng USB mo. So you don't want that to happen to you. Okay? So I don't recommend that you use it. Use cloud-based platform. Ang resume link po cloud-based yan. So mas secured, mas safe. Okay? And then you don't need to worry about compatibility. Lahat po ng mga klaseng version yan, mapa Android, mapa Safari, iOS, lahat po pwede yan magamit. Okay? So shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners out there. By the grace of God, meron na kami more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank people behind this program, no? Sila Ma'am Ann, Ma'am Nila, lahat po ng buong ng programa, si Ma'am Grace. Too many to mention, baka may miss out pa akong mga pangalan, but you know who you are. People behind the UE Manila team. Salamat every time you're inviting us to share this opportunity to your audience. And why are we doing this? Why are we sharing this sa inyo? Okay? Because we want to make sure that you do understand and your data will be protected. And it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. If you have friends, you have relatives that you think would make good use of this tool, please be a blessing to others. Be a blessing. No? Share this to them. Okay? So just to wrap this up and to get the Q&A portion going, ito yung mga frequently asked questions na tinatanong sa akin kadalasan ng mga estudyante ng mga audience. So simulan ko na. Baka lang kasi ito yung mga naisip niyong tanungin, sagutin ko na. Okay? Una, can I give my resume link to companies who don't know about jobs.it.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Diba? Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at kanino magagaling yung link. Sa inyo. Walang iba. Sa inyo lang magagaling yung link. Okay? At makita nila makita ang information mo. Next, is it the same as other job platform? Kaya na LinkedIn, JobStreet, More Than Jobs, diba? Fieldjob.net, Prospel. Depende kung ano ibang mga job platform. Diba? Dami yan eh. Ang sagot, hindi. May dalawang major difference. Dalawa yung major difference dyan. Okay? So let me use JobStreet as an example. Let me do a shout out to our friends out there, mga JobStreet. Hello, mga JobStreet friends. Halimbawa lang, if you're using JobStreet na resume, pwede mo lang gamitin yung JobStreet na resume mo sa mga companies na gumagamit din lang ng JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, pwede mo gamitin yan. Yung link na yan, kahit sa kaninong platform, pwede mo ibigay. Okay, for as long as they have internet connection, they can just simply type it in the browser. They'll see your information subject to your privacy settings. That's the first difference. Yung pangalawang difference is, kung ginamit mo ang JobStreet resume mo sa pag-apply sa mga companies, you cannot edit anymore within the 30-day period after you submitted your information. That's the last time I experienced, based on my experience yan, I submitted using a job sheet resume. Ano nangyari? I cannot edit anymore my profile, my information. I have to wait after 30 days para mag-reflect yung mga information na yun dun sa company. Using your resume link, anytime, real time. Pwede mo palit-palitin kung kailan mo trip, kailan mo gusto. Dagdag bawas, save at real-time update na information nyo. Number 3 question, I think this is the easiest question. Can I keep my information secured using resume link? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na job platform, okay, for you to keep your personal information. Okay? The 4th question, I think, is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dyan, every time. Every time you have changes. Lalo na ang contact details nyo. Kung bakit? Kasi nga, kahit binago mo lahat ng profile mo, galing-galing na, daming pogi points, hindi ka makontak ng HR, sayang din. Kaya importante, update mo yung contact details nyo. Okay? Now, the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang to, palaisipan. Okay? Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. At kung sakaling kine-question nyo, bakit hindi mo 360? No, but hindi 360 degrees? Kasi we want to turn your life around 180 degrees dahil pag 360 siya, bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Diba? Ikot ka lang ikot. So you never go to the direction that you're going to. Diba? Balik ka lang ikot ka lang ikot. Diba? Kaya dapat 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. O ha? O char lang yan. Okay. But just in case you have questions, hindi natin ma-discuss later. Just in case lang, you can just send those questions sa email natin sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, pati na rin po sa TikTok. Sabi ng marketing namin, may TikTok na rin daw kami. Ayan. So you can check us out in our social media spaces. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu. Wa. Don't forget yung wa. Nagsasabing isang magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sir Kim. Ang aming pinakamasipag na suki pag kami ay nagka-career development and placement program activities. Okay. All right. So let me just stress yung sinasabi ni Sir Kim a while ago about securing the information. If you have been receiving text messages o ng offer ng mga trabaho, I guess, sir, no, parang doon din nag-originate yan because they were able to get information sa inyo. So yeah, so I think this is really very something that we really have to focus on, lalo na sa mga nagsisimula mag-apply, to keep your infos, your details very, very secure. Okay, so all right, again, may I call in Miss Diane to facilitate the open forum for Sir Kim. Miss Diane.
Thank you, Miss Grace. Hi, Sir Kim. So,
Hello.
guys,
Yes.
hello po ulit. Ayan. So, guys, here's your chance to ask your questions for Sir Kim. Again, I just want to remind you guys that this is a safe space for you, our dear students, to ask your questions. You can type your questions in our chat box. For those who are in the Zoom meeting and for our viewers on YouTube, you can type your questions in the comment section. So, to give you guys time to type, I will just first ask the questions from the pre-registration. So, Sir Kim, here's the first question po. What
Okay.
information should we highlight to the employers?
Information that you should highlight, for me, pinaka-importante yung skills. Yan ang tingin ko yan yung pinaka-importante. I mean, the rest, of course, are also important, no? But the first thing, I'm just putting myself in the place of an HR. So the first thing that I'll do when I see an applicant or an application is that I go straight to the skills. Doon lang, I don't waste time anymore. I don't care kung anong pangalan ng tao kasi kahit saan pa siya nakatira, lalo na ngayon. Inggitin ko lang yung mga taong nag-work sa office kasi kami, since pandemic, we have been working from home. So we don't see the need to go back to office namin. We're using all, taking advantage of technology. So alikabok lang yung maabutan nung kung sakali may gusto pumunta sa office namin. Alikabok lang, na biro lang. So again, I go back to the answer of skills as a top item that I will be looking for. Then next doon will be the rest na. Example, kung nagkaroon siya ng experience, kahit na OJT experience dun sa work na yon, or yung mga ibang mga naging involved siya. The more active the person is, I think the more it says about the person. Ayan. Kasi sometimes yung iba nagpapakami seryoso, no? Parang patumpik-tumpik eh. Parang pag in-interview mo isang tanong isang sagot, pag ganun ang hirap makilala yung person. Just put it in a way na, like Ma'am Dayan, no? If I put it, say, sa panliligaw, ayan, para lang makarelate mas maraming audience natin. No? Halimbawa, sa pag-ibig. The first thing that will happen is you catch the attention. Nagkakita kayo, na-attract ka, nagkakita kayo ng crush mo. Yun, di ba? May kuryente, may kilig. Ngayon, what happens next? You get to know the person more. Di ba? Now, when you get to know the person more, dun pa lang nyo malalaman kung compatible ba or fit kayo sa isa't isa. So, ganun din siya pagdating dito sa resume link. The first thing, of course, is to package it. Yan yung importante, ma'am, no? To package it. Kasi hindi mo makita yung skills ng person pag doon pa lang sa pagsabit ng resume link, blanco-blanco yung laman, kahit may skills siya, pero blanco-blanco naman laman, tingin ko hindi mahuhuli attention ng HR. So, you have to catch the HR's attention. Pero after you're able to catch that attention, the next thing that the HR will be focusing on is the skills. So doon na siya titingin ngayon. Kaya yun yung sagot ko, Ma'am Dayan. I go with the skills.
Ayan. Yes, thank you, Sir Kim. No? So first, impress them first, no? Dun sa pictures dun sa resume link, and then yung laman naman, yung skills. Ayan. Thank you, sir. So let's see, sir, if you have some questions in our chat box. So far, wala pong question. So baka meron ka pang any other tips na hindi pa na-mention before to our fresh graduates applying for a job?
Ako, I want, the generation right now is very different from my generation. Ibang-iba. 20 years apart, 2 decades, ibang-iba talaga ang, so I don't expect them to behave the way applicants did 20 years ago. So, as an HR, I've come to accept the fact na iba na talaga din ang mindset ng mga applicants right now. So I do encourage yung mga audience, yung mga applicants ngayon to one, make sure that when you submit your information, try to package it na nandun na hanggat maaari lahat na. Lagay mo na. Kasi that chance might not come again eh. Sa dami ng applicant at saka sa bilis na makahanap ng possible application sa mga iba-ibang nag-a-apply, you might not have another chance na yung HR ay balikan pa yung information mo. So yun yung first thing. You want to, some kasi are asking me, should I put my portfolio now or should I wait until the HR will ask for my portfolio as proof of my skills? Example, yung mga government IDs ko, kung natapos ko yung school talaga, kung ano yung mga grades na pasado ako or bagsak ako sa transcript. Kasi nakakaya, may mga bagsak ako. Yan, minsan tatanong ako ganon. Sinasabi ko, whether ngayon mo ipakita or mamaya mo ipakita, malalaman din yan. Di ba? Malalaman din yan eh. So, what's the point of delaying it? Kung yung company, hindi talaga siya mag-hire ng taong may bagsak kahit na isang subject at sabi mo, whatever that subject is, no? PE, binagsak mo yung PE, hindi talaga magko-qualify pa dun sa company niyon. You cannot deny it. Later on, pag nakita rin naman nila, humaba man yung interview, umabot ka ng 3 interview, may final interview ka na with the board. Tapos doon nila malaman, bagsak ka sa PE. Diba? Tapos doon pa, yun yung maging dahilan para hindi kayo qualify. Eh di sa simula pa lang, pakita mo na. Diba? Ngayon pa lang pakita mo na and be transparent. And that's how I'm trying to adjust now with most of the applicants. No, hindi ko na sila mapipilit. Tanggap ko na rin yung katotohanan na wala na yung parang nababawasan na yung they becoming more proactive. Example, I'll give a scenario. Kapag may scheduled interview, say for example, 2 p.m. may scheduled interview. Dati, yung mga aplikante, kadalasan I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying most of the applicants back in the days would at least somehow inform you if they won't be able to make it. They tell you they'll find a way. They'll send a message and or call the office and say, sir, I won't be able to make it to the 2 p.m. meeting. Whatever the excuse is, namatay po yung isda sa aquarium namin or kahit ano pang, kahit ano, nadulas po ako sa hagdanan, kahit ano pang mga dahilan yan. At the point ko is, nagsasabi sila. Ngayon hindi Ngayon natapos na yung 2 o'clock, lumampas na yung 2 o'clock, you're waiting for the applicant, ikaw pa yung mag-follow up. Hello, we have a scheduled interview at 2 p.m. Are you still coming? Diba baliktad kaya nga sinasabi ko, tanggap ko na ganun na, I think, hindi ko na talaga mababago ang mundo kung ganyan talaga ang mundo. Pero inuhope ko lang na when you submit your information, nandun na sana lahat para hindi na kami aasa kung itong aplikante ba to aantayin ko pa or hindi. Diba? Kumbaga, kung talagang worth it itong aplikanteng habulin, or if I put that word na lang for the lack of better, habulin, then by all means, it takes 2 to tango. I always say that, no? Kung ganun talaga ugali niya, kung okay lang sa kumpanya ganun ugali, wala tayong magagawa. It takes 2 to tango. Di sige, di ba? Yun. Pero kung hindi naman, then normally hindi. When I see someone na hindi na patuloy sa pag-apply, I would normally just send one quick question lang. I'll say, do you still want to reschedule the interview? If I still don't get an answer, wag na, wag pilitin. Di ba yan lagi ko naisip ngayon. O, dati hindi. Dati hindi. Kasi yung aplikante talaga naghahabol. Ngayon parang company na naghahabol. I don't know with the experience of other HR if ever there is any HR who's here. Yun lang.
Mhm. Yan, thank you sir. Ghosted ka
Mga
pala
tips
sir.
ko.
Ano?
Wow. That's an understatement pa.
Understatement.
Oh, as in.
Mhm.
Sige, habang nag-attend ng question, let me share something na. This recent lang din to, about 3 weeks ago. So I was so the usual, no? I get the application. Tinawagan ko, tinawagan ko yung applicant. Pagtawag ko, it happened to be around 11:40. Tanghali, hindi gabi hindi ako vampira. So 11:40 ng tanghali. When I called, so, hindi ko unahan yung tawa ko. Okay, kwento ko muna sa inyo. Okay, so ano ginawa ko? Hello ma'am, I received an application, that's why I'm calling. This is my name. Pakilala ko, ganyan. Sabi ko, so is this a good time? Yan ang like kong tanong. Is this a good time for me to ask a few questions and for me to do a quick interview, a phone interview? Ang sagot niya ganito, sir, kumakain po ako. Verbatim, as in quote unquote, sir, kumakain po ako. Ay, okay. Sorry to be bothering you, di ba, at this time. When is the best time for me to call? Ayan ang tanong ko. Syempre, of course, I respect you eating your food and all. Hindi kita istorbohin. When is the best time for me to call? Sir, pagtapos na po ako kumain. So I was like, pwede ko malaman anong oras ka matatapos kumain para lang din matawagan kita na hindi kita na-istorbo. Sabi niya, maya-maya na lang po, sir. Okay, can you be a little more specific, ma'am? Kung ano oras po yung maya-maya po, sabi ko. Kasi marami rin po tayong pwedeng tawagan na ibang aplikante para lang hindi ko makuha yung time na yon. So I make sure lang na I get to speak to you. Talagang I went down to that level in trying to explain to that person. Ang sagot niya, kayo na lang po bahala. So I was like, okay, sige, thank you. Sabi ko, thank you. Kasi I really tried. I tried my best. Kumbaga parang binibigay mo na yung kamay, binigay mo na lahat, braso mo, boom, balikat mo, binigay mo na. And yet, parang feeling ko, wala siyang ka-interest man lang na, di ba? Yun. So, what I did, fast forward, next applicant. Yun na yun. Yun lang. I'm just sharing lang. So, I hope hindi kayo
Yes.
ganon, yung mga nakikinig ngayon.
Yes, thank you, sir. Ayan. So for sir, we have no question. So thank you so much, Sir Kim, for your insights and your advice for our students. And that's all the question that we have for you. Back to you, Miss Grace.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, si Sir Kim na ghost tuloy.
Oo, ang dami niyan, ma'am.
Talaga. Sir, hindi ka nag-iisa, kami rin nag-ghost din ng mga na guidance counselors din. All right.
Relate much kayo,
yes.
ma'am.
All right. So at this point, I would like to read the caption for the e-certificate for Sir Kim. So, stop sharing na si Sir Kim and then...
Ay, sorry, ma'am.
Para po
Ayan. Okay,
right.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Once again, University of the East Manila Campus, Guidance Counseling and Career Services Office, or GCCSO. Certificate of Recognition is hereby given to Mr. Kim Chu Hua. Ganyan na po kami nasanay, sir, sa pangalan niyo all these years. Okay, for being the resource speaker in the GCCSO webinar Career Talk 2022, UE Graduates Upscaling Towards Achieving Career Goals Guidance Week 2022, given this 21st day of November 2022 via Zoom and YouTube Live. Signed, Maria Leonila V. Arrea, PhD, RGC, Director of the GCCSO. Thank you very much, Sir Kim.
Maraming salamat.
Always.
Thank you. Yes, looking forward to the next one.
Yes, sir. Hindi pa tayo tapos. All right. Now, ayan, may I call again Miss Anne to introduce our last, but definitely not the least, na resource speaker, Miss Anne, and the screen is yours now.
Thank you, Miss Grace, again. So for our last topic, but definitely not the least speaker, is a seasoned trainer, coach, and facilitator with over 20 years of combined experience in learning and development.
teaching, training, facilitating, and coaching in various sectors, as well as providing mentorship, feedback, and support to fine-tune leadership and management skills of talents at all levels. So this is from first line to senior executives in a variety of organizations, including educational institutions like UE, telecommunications, retail, healthcare, manufacturing, government, financial institutions, and nonprofit organizations. Currently, she is the business development or learning and development consultant of Wadwani Foundation, Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a virtual applause to talk about top skills employers look for when hiring Miss Amormia Rodora Jacoba Rosales. Mamia.
Hi, thank you, Anne, for that very long introduction because I have a very long name. But you can call me Maya. So good afternoon, graduates. Wow. So it is an achievement. So I hope you realized how important this milestone is. And sabi nga sa isang kanta, you've only just begun. Okay. So I am here to help you identify which skills are important, especially when it comes to looking for a job. So kanina naging question yun, di ba? So what are the skills employers are looking for? So let me share to you my screen. Okay. Okay, there you go. Oh, bakit ma'am Top Gun? Okay, so some overview, no? So my husband and I are actually very much, we're movie buff. So we love watching movies. So I was watching this movie Top Gun. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it took 30 years before nagkaroon ng sequel ang Top Gun, no? So it's a movie of Tom Cruise, and I would like to relate this, no, for the skills that employers are looking for. So I'll ask you to watch a video of the trailer, and then look at the subtitle, no. So be very quick in catching. Ano ba yung status ngayon ni Maverick? Okay, so when you say Maverick, actually Maverick comes from the word maven, so which means independent or unorthodox. And during the time that the Top Gun movie Part 2 was shown, medyo matanda na si Maverick dun sa movie, no? And yet he was able to reinvent himself. Tapos meron pang konting threat or konting pasaring yung kanyang superior, no? So let's watch this. This is quite interesting, okay? Let me share my computer video.
Miss Maya, may I interrupt? The video is not playing at my end, and I think the others also. Would you mind?
I see. They're
Yes,
unable to
ma'am.
see. I see. I'm
Yes
sorry
po.
about that.
It's frozen. But
It's
you're moving, but
frozen.
the video is frozen.
Okay, okay. So here's what I'll do na lang. I'll just give you the background, no? So maybe there's a problem in the technical side, no? But just to share with you the story, so Maverick went back to duty, and then his superior said, at your with your experience and also with your gift, because he's a gifted pilot, he's really good, no? There's no one like him in his field. But then he never got promoted, and hindi rin siya na-tenure because of his, some say it's his attitude. Kasi nga, maverick eh. He has difficulty following orders. So, yung kanyang buddy or best friend niya dun sa Top Gun 1 is already an admiral. But siya, he remained at captain level. So sabi nung superior niya, eventually, you will be, your kind will be terminated or will become extinct. And then sabi niya dun sa end ng trailer, but not today, sir. Not today. Okay? So it's, some might call it a very confident attitude, but it can also be a sign of arrogance in some way. Kanina binabanggit ni Kim, na maybe some of us are not academically inclined, so pwede magkaroon ng challenge in looking for a job, no? Yeah, probably an IQ or an academic giftedness can land you a job, but it might not get you promoted if you have some kind of attitude, no? So that's why soft skills also very important. Though hard skills are important and it can land you a job, soft skills will actually get you promoted and even retained in the job. So that's the point of the video. If you want, you can catch it, no? And watch it online. So type nyo lang, Top Gun 2 Maverick, the trailer. So very catchy, no? So how will you stay in a job or even find a job? And that's developing your skills, no? So before I go there, I just want to ask you first, no? I hope you can participate using another gadget. So if you have your gadget with you or your phone, no, if you can go to mentimeter.com. Okay, so let me just share the screen with you. Okay, and then give me 2 minutes. Okay, so just use another gadget or open another browser. Okay, for you to. Okay, let me share my screen again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go. I hope you can see it now. Okay, so go to menti.com and use the code 668062223. Okay, just type 1 or 2 words in each entry. So you may encode up to 3 entries. No, so type there. What do you think are the top skills employers look for in a candidate? Top of mind. Okay, so kahit wala kayo sa Zoom, makikita natin yan. So just go to menti.com and use the code 668062223. Okay, and then type there 1 or 2 words. No, what are the top skills employers look for in the candidate? Okay, in the potential candidate. Okay, go. So I'll give you 1 minute to do this. Okay. If there's someone on YouTube, can you please also type the code 668062223. Okay. All right. So let me check if there are people who are already answering. No, let me go to the menti.com. Okay. So far, wala pa. So I hope you can go to the Menti right now. Okay. Sige. So go to menti.com and use the code 668062223. So in 1 or 2 words, name a particular skill that employers look for in a potential candidate. Okay, may mga sumasagot na. Thank you for that. Ayan, very good. Keep it coming. Okay, keep it coming. Ayan, so I can see your answers now. Good, okay. All right, so let me share my screen para makita niyo yung mga sumasagot. Ang galing ha? So I am thankful for those who are participating. Okay, so let me share my screen para makita ninyo. Okay. So these are the answers that I'm seeing on my screen. Okay, hold on. Let me maximize. All right, there you go. There you go. Okay, very good. Wow, bibilis nyo ha. So we have communication skills, we have hard work, we have leadership, we have being a problem solver. Okay, good communication skills, analytical skills, technical skills. I see a lot of communication and leadership and analytical. Okay, organized, flexible, okay, creative, passionate, efficient, motivated. Okay, good, galing. Okay, creativity skills also. Interpersonal skills, I also saw one. Okay, very good. Organized, yes. Okay, that's very important. Organized but flexible. Okay, so that's also good. Efficient, all right. Passionate, wow. Competitive, yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, time management skills. All right, excellent answer. So thank you so much for your participation. So we will go back to that. Okay, may sumabol pa. Professionalism, multitasking, computer literacy, being optimistic. Okay, so earnest, siguro that's being also passionate, ano? Okay, goal-driven, independent. Okay, very good. Motivated. All right. So thank you for your participation. So keep that in mind. We'll go back to this later, no? And I'll also send it as a screenshot to our guidance counselors. Okay, so let's go back to our presentation, no? So all of your answers are good, no? So it's also very important to know. Kanina tanong yan, ano ba yung mga skills na hinahanap ng isang employers sa mga nag-apply ngayon. However, no, this is the reality. This is the reality that's happening right now, no? So there is actually a skills gap. Okay, medyo hindi ko pala na white yung ano. But there's actually skills gap across an entire generation of workers, especially your generation. Okay? So if that gap isn't addressed now, it could have a dire consequences for the new global economy because we now live in a global village. All right? And everything now is actually globalized. No one is isolated. We are all interconnected. So additionally, the nature of work itself, okay, yung mga work that is available now is undergoing rapid transformation. Sobrang bilis that sometimes we cannot catch up. So too much specialization, automation, and the rapid rise of digital age. So we could hardly catch up. So ano nangyayari? This is what's happening, my dear students, or my dear graduates. Okay, you're already graduates. Half of all available jobs today, okay, remain unfilled. Okay? So hindi totoong kulang ang trabaho. In fact, napakaraming trabaho. Sobrang dami. Okay? Tingnan nyo na lang yung jobs rate or yung jobs 180. Napakadaming available jobs. But they remain unfilled because people don't have the needed skills for them. Okay? So many businesses can't grow as an effect because they cannot get the workforce that they needed to grow. Okay, so that's the reality. So the skill gap remains, and it is preventing economies such as ours from developing. Okay, so in the old adage dati, ang mga recruiters sa kanila, location. But now, no, it refers to the local availability of the talent. Yung meron bang qualified na appropriately educated and skilled workers, no? And right now, companies are really competing for this type of applicant, no? And they will even provide incentives to employees to move in with their team. So marami, may mga signing bonuses, may mga what they call this, ang dami incentives just for them to choose them, no? So what are the workforce requirements for the new global economy? So there's a need for transferable skills. Okay, what do you mean by transferable skills? These are skills that you possess, and then you can still use it regardless of the job that you're going to take. For example, my husband, who is a global network engineer, so he used to work with the largest telecommunications company, and he handles Asia Pacific, and he retired 7 years ago. And he has an option to either go to another telco or to change career. He decided to change career. Now he is getting his certification as a digital analyst scientist, no? So, and then he was able to transfer skills that he had in his previous job and now currently in his new job. So that's transferable skills. Pwede mo siyang dalhin yung skills na yun. Hindi siya nagiging obsolete. Okay, so there's also a need for new knowledge, new competencies, and this has increased exponentially, especially during this last decade. Okay, but at the same time, this is the truth, no? At the same time, employers struggle to find candidates with the skills the business needs. So recruiters find it hard to identify strengths and potentially transferable skills that are not easily shared on a resume or through interviewing. Why? Because soft skills are intangible. So how can you prove that you are really good at this? No? And then how can you also quantify that or even make it, how can you explain that in a manner that your employer will understand? So that's the challenge. No? So that's why these factors became the drivers for the need to upskill and reskill workers. Okay, so that's why now we heard the term the 21st century skills. Okay, it's such a big word. 21st century skills. Ano ba yun, no? So some of you may have heard of it. Others, maybe this is your first time to hear it. So sometimes it is not often clear what it exactly means and how it relates to things like employability, education, hiring, etc. No? So as all jobs fall into automation, dami na nangyayaring ganyan ngayon, and advancing technology, no, the need for transferable skills and new knowledge and competencies has increased. Okay? And since 1990s, ganun na katagal, baka iba sa inyo, hindi pa pinapanganak, ano? Or probably even much earlier, no? Educators, academicians, employers, human resource practitioners, etc., has examined the workplace and the needs of the workplace of the global economy, and then they determine the terms and definitions of the 21st century skills that are needed now. Okay, so they have identified what skills are important and how they are taught and assessed. Okay, so what are those 21st century skills na tinatawag? They're actually a set of knowledge or skills or learning dispositions that prepare you, okay, to succeed in a rapidly changing digital world. Okay, so educators and business leaders and academics worldwide, okay, they have contributed to identifying, categorizing, and developing these skills, this list, in the workplace skills, which I will show to you later. No, so they are not primarily based on a content or content knowledge, but on deeper learning skills. Okay, like critical thinking. Okay, walang nagbanggit no kanina, pero may nagbanggit ito, problem solving and teamwork. So wala din nagbanggit kanina. So those are skills that are very much needed nowadays. So you can be the brightest student, graduating magna cum laude, having so many achievements, and that you cannot work with other people. Okay, because you think your idea is the best. Okay, or you cannot handle a team, or you cannot lead a team. You will not go a long way in your career. No? So these are skills that equally, or if not even more important than hard skills. So whatever term you choose to use, the skills are a combination of soft skills and hard skills. Okay, so the hard skills component focuses on digital literacy, which is increasingly high in demand right now. And then soft skills are people skills, okay, that involve what? Interaction, collaboration, processing information, managing people. So the latter is known as enablement skills. Okay, so like what your counselors have, they enable you, or power skills because they empower you. All right, so they are transferable to different roles and positions. So regardless of where you go in a variety of employment environments. So that's why right now companies are putting importance on this skill. Okay, so I hope you're learning something so far, no? So meron bang difference, ma'am, sa 21st century skills, professional skills, workplace skills, soft skills, no? Ano bang difference? And actually very, very thin, no? So traditionally, this is how they describe it, no? So the 21st century skills generally refer to core competencies, no? Professional skills are career competencies that are often taught or acquired in a traditional coursework, okay? So such as leadership, mentoring, etc. So workplace skills are often called employability skills, okay, are basic skills a person must have to succeed in any setup or any workplace, okay? So your core knowledge. And then, of course, we have the soft skills, which are a combination of people skills, okay, social skills, communication skills, personality traits, attitudes, and attributes, etc. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this. But nowadays, HR practitioners and even recruiters are now using the 21st century skills to cover all of this, to cover professional skills, workplace skills, and soft skills. Okay, so now, how do the 21st century skills help to address the skills gap that we mentioned earlier? No, so 21st century skills, take note, are those that hiring managers value the most. And if you possess this, if you develop this, no, as graduates, even if if you don't have experience, no, you'll be able to get jobs wherein you can excel and shine in the workplace. Okay? May tanong kanina, ma'am, paano po kung I'm actually good at 20% skills pero wala talaga akong experience. You know what you can do to get experience? Volunteer. Volunteer. Okay, sa US uso to. They call it the gap year. Okay, they have 1 year, okay, after or before they graduate, and tawag nila the gap year, wherein they will work, as in work, apply for any job, or even sa kahit na napaka-mundane or menial lang task, they would apply. Kaya uso-uso ngayon sa US. Medyo spoiled tayo dito sa Pilipinas eh. Because hanggang 20 plus tayo, inaalagaan pa rin tayo ng magulang natin. Sa kanila, 18. Bahala ka sa buhay mo, magtrabaho ka. That's why they got experiences early. Okay? So, if you cannot apply for a job, just volunteer. Napakadaming foundation that they will get you. Okay? As a volunteer. Okay? You're welcome in our foundation if you want to. Or you can go back to your alma mater and offer your mentoring or volunteer also in the different organizations in your university. And then you can use that as a leverage in terms of work experience. Okay? So consider that. And at the same time, for those who are displaced, actually, yung kanina binanggit mo, Kim, maraming actually na-displaced ng pandemic, and up to now, they have difficulty finding new jobs. No? But the 21st century skills will help upskill and retrain them, okay, for new skills to have the opportunity to enter the workplace, okay, in a meaningful way, along with providing means for them to support themselves and their families. No? So how important is it to learn the 21st century skills? Let me answer that by looking at the future of work. Okay? Medyo scary, but we have to be ready. Okay, so what is the future of work? The future of work is that the use of AI. It's happening now. Actually, it's already happening. It's already here. Okay? So practices like remote monitoring, automation, etc. So the use of AI to aid in decision-making, analysis, and other tasks have rendered many employees obsolete. Okay? It's happening right now all over the world. So new job and opportunities abound, that's true, but it means a shift in thinking about job training, job seeking, human resource and hiring, certifications to highlight capabilities, highlighting the transferable skills and competencies. That's the reality that we have now. Okay? So why is that important again? No? So because later on, it's true, AI can replace us. All right? So that's why it's very important that you keep on reskilling and upskilling yourself, because AI is expected to provide important workplace functions for 70% of all companies by 2030. Okay? So we have 8 years to go. So it will cause major disruption in many job fields due to the substitution of labor. So employees who have specialized in this task must be offered reskilling options and education on the language of employability, okay? And the knowledge to highlight and demonstrate your transferable skills, okay? So, but what is the challenge? So, ma'am, how come ngayon ko lang ito naririnig, no? So, ano bang challenge? How come this is not being taught in schools, no? Yeah, because many curricula have become standardized since the identification of this core skill. So, by the time the researchers have identified this, in place na yung mga curriculum. So somehow, some are outdated, but others are trying to catch up, no? So this presents a challenge because every student learns differently and trainings must be personalized, but we have to follow a certain curriculum, no? That's why ngayon, nauuso ngayon yung tinatawag na short-form learning, such as micro-credentials. I'll talk about that later. And this is on the rise along with workplace real-world learning, okay? So essential college career skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, written communications. These are the skills that hiring managers value most above and beyond specific content knowledge. However, these skills are often not explicitly taught, okay? And unless you are in the, let's say may mga special seminars like this, no? But it's not explicitly taught as part of the college curriculum, or no, are they reflected in your college transcript, correct? Hindi mo makikita sa college transcript, this person possess a high level of critical thinking at 92%. Wala tayong makikita ganun sa college transcript, no? So while content knowledge is a requisite part of the student's education, it alone is not sufficient for a student to thrive academically and even professionally. Because on a global scale, okay, this is happening all around the world, 21st century skills have gained recognition and adoption, okay? Not just into the world of work, but also into traditional education models. That's why in our foundation, no, in our foundation, we are partnering with schools and also HR practitioners and also employers, okay, to help them develop, to help them find workers, no, that possess this by developing students early on, okay? So, now how do you assess attainment? So you were mentioning, ma'am, kung hindi po ito napaprovide sa schools, no? So how do you assess the attainment of the 21st century skills? So the challenge is that given that the need for the 21st century skill is clear, it's already established. So the next question is this. So how do you now assess the learner's attainment of these essential skills? So that's the next challenge. Because unlike traditional multiple choice questions or assessments, where there's a definitive right or wrong answers, no? Performance tasks allow an opportunity for much more authentic experience. So that's why, with the help of our foundation, Wadwani, no, we are a nonprofit organization dedicated to designing innovative performance-based assessments that measure essential college and career skills. No? So the foundation adopted a method of assessing this higher order of skills by replicating the use of the skills in the real world. How do we do that? We use AI. Okay, so our platform is AI enabled. So there we create performance tasks to measure your critical thinking, your problem solving, your communication skills, and then it will generate rubrics. I will show it to you later on to score your responses. Okay, and then magkakaroon siya ng mga viable scoring process, and then afterwards, no, you will receive a validation of your performance task that you can actually show to your employer. Okay, so how do you do that? So let me explain to you first our foundation and who we are and how we can help you. And we are grateful that we have partnered with the Guidance and Career Counseling Services Office of UE, no? And we are already able to pilot this to students in UE, no? So if you're interested to find out more about the program, I encourage you to please go to your counselor, talk to them and ask them how you can avail of the program. Okay? So let me share with you very quickly. So don't worry, it won't be long, but I just want to share with you our foundation and who we are. So what do we do? Okay? So we are actually a non-profit organization, and we are actually in the business of creating jobs, changing lives, and scaling impact. And we are currently present in, nakalagay dyan 14, but right now 25 countries. Okay? And we have more than 200,000 students who took our employability courses. It is on the cloud. So sabi nga kayo na ni Kim, ano? So everything is in the cloud. And you can also access that through your mobile, and you will receive an assessment later on. So our founder is Dr. Romesh Wadwani. So he is a Silicon Valley entrepreneur and philanthropist. You can Google him. He's in Forbes magazine. Ka-level niya sila Warren Buffett, si Bill Gates, etc. Pero very typical Asian, very laid back. Tahimik lang siya, no? But he's a multi-billionaire. Okay? So he started our foundation. Our foundation is a $2 billion, okay, in a dollar sign foundation, and we provide free training on employability skills to students, to graduates, to new employees. Okay? Ganon siya ka-generous. Kung ibang mga philanthropists, they focus on medicine, they focus on nuclear energy, space, etc. Dr. Romesh Wadwani focus on education technology. So we are an edtech company. So very quickly, let's listen to him. No? Let's listen to our founder.
The mission of Wadwani Foundation is job creation in the emerging economies through large-scale initiatives in entrepreneurship, innovation, and skilling. All three of these initiatives are necessary for job creation because entrepreneurship helps create brand new jobs, innovation helps drive job creation even in existing small and medium enterprise, and skilling provides the supply of the kinds of candidates that these new jobs will require.
Okay, so there you go. So that's our founder. Buhay pa po siya and still building companies. So he just recently bought a 3 billion tech company. Okay. So, yeah. So to summarize what he said, so three initiatives that we do are entrepreneurship to create brand new jobs, innovations to help drive job creation, and then skilling, okay, to provide the supply of the candidates that this job will require. So our objective is to enable the creation of 10 million good jobs and job placement of 25 million by 2030. So that's our mission, okay? And we partner with governments, educational institutions, corporations, okay, mentors, industry experts, investors, NGOs, and industry associations. So what we are offered, so we have many initiatives, marami yan, Wood Valley Advantage, Wood Valley Entrepreneurship, etc. Right now, UE is our partner in Wood Valley Opportunity. So what is that? It is to empower students and graduates to command family-supporting jobs through acquiring 21st century skills, okay? So how do you do that? You do it online. So it's a digital learning platform, okay? So you will given a personalized login, hybrid learning solution. You can access it anytime, anywhere at your own pace. And then afterwards, there will be a digital evaluation, no? So which I will discuss later on. So the goal is for you to be able to have an actual experience, digital experience of the world of work. Okay, so it's actually case-based scenario. So hindi siya spoon feeding. It will help you with critical thinking. So how did we come up with this program now? So what we did, we started by interviewing more than 1,000 companies, okay, in Southeast Asia, US, India, okay, and we look at the different requirements of employers. So we ask them also which do they value most, hard skill or soft skills. So this is what they found out. No? So for executives, they say 92% of them say that soft skills are equally or even more important than technical skills. So yun ang lumabas. Okay? So 63% of all jobs will be soft skills incentivized by 2030. Okay, so take note of that. And 89% of executives say that it is difficult to find people with soft skills. That's what I'm telling you, my dear graduates. Jobs are available, okay? But the right person, it's hard to find, okay? So what are the 21st century skills that employers want? So you have the domain expertise, meaning yung mismo ano nyo, the hard skills, no? So numerical and logical ability, integrity, and values, which is much needed nowadays, okay? Especially in our government, no? Interpersonal skills, cultural fitment, communication, adaptability, result orientation, learning ability. So ito yung lumabas. So what we did is we clustered them, okay, in the platform, and then we have created 10 talks or clusters. So we divided that into communication basic, communication workplace, customer centricity, attitude and behavior skills, digital literacy, problem solving, teamwork, workplace awareness, entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, and you can have that at the palm of your hand in your phone. And on top of that, we also have a session on success in job interview, and then for you to shine in the workplace. All right. So pagpasok nyo dun sa platform, makikita nyo meron mga videos, okay? And then there'll be a time for you to think and to answer tests. And there'll be an AI who will give you feedback about your answer. Okay, so it's really fun. So I hope you will go through it. In fact, if you by experience, okay, because I used to work with placement, by experience, it really takes 3 to 6 months to get a job when you graduate. Okay, not because you are not good. It's because there are so many applicants. The hiring process is quite long. So you have to be patient also. So kung makakuha ka agad ng job, good for you. But majority of people, they will have to wait. Because in one job, an HR practitioner had to process at least 1,000 applicants. So ubos oras talaga. So I suggest that while you are waiting for your job, you go to this program. Talk to your career counselors. Okay? And then you can use this as a leverage when you apply for work. Okay? Because you will receive this. Okay? The skills scorecard. All right? So in fact, if you get this online, you have to pay for this. But if you go through this with UE, GCCO, sa kanilang office, no, you'll go to the program for free. Okay? Only with them. So you will receive a personalized comprehensive skill card based on your performance in the program. And the scorecard is based on the skill indicators covered in each competency, so communication, teamwork, etc. And this will serve as a visual display of the skills that you have, that you possess. And there are scores, okay, that are based on your performance, all right? And you can use the scorecard to showcase your competence or your skill to your prospective employers. Okay, so this will help them make informed decision. Kasi minsan, di ba, may question kayo na binanggit ni Kim. So what are you good at? Okay, ano gagawin mo? Manghuhula ka. They say I'm good at communication. So ano follow-up question? How did you know that you have good communication skills? Okay, how will you put value to that? So medyo challenging pag wala kang something tangible. This one, the skill scorecard, is a tangible proof about your core employability skills. You'll make their job easier and their decision making easier. Okay? All right. So the best part is we offer this for free if you go to UE's program. All right? So I hope I'm able to help you. So at this point, if you still have time, we can entertain questions. If not, happy graduation, everyone. Okay, back to you, to our dear counselors.
Thank you, Miss Maya. All right. So I think we still have you some time for the open forum. Miss
Sure.
Diane.
Sure.
Yeah, Miss Diane, would you transfer this to you?
Thank you. Ang kasarap ng boss ng mga counselors. No? Feeling ko parang nakakalama ako pag naririnig ko kayo. Thank you, Miss Anna, Miss Diane.
Ayan, ma'am. We have some questions for you from our pre-registration. But of course, to our students, guys, if you want to type your questions sa ating comment section, you may do so. So to give you time, let me just ask first the question from the pre-registration to Miss Maya. So here are the questions, ma'am. So what advice can you give us in terms of answering interview questions?
Oh, okay. Naku, ang haba niya, no? I believe, no? So what's my best advice? Number one is really preparation. You have to prepare for it mentally, emotionally, even physically, okay? So sometimes, kasi the answers, although may mga, you can Google it, may mga standard questions na yan, but sometimes what gets in the way is actually our nerves. Do you follow? So it's really our confidence level. So sometimes that gets in the way. Baka hindi ako makuha, kasabay ko mga taga-gantong school, taga-gantong school lang naman ako, So sometimes that gets in the way. So prepare yourself not only mentally, but also emotionally, psychologically. In fact, I will encourage you, So to go to the guidance, career and counseling services, so ask them to do a mock interview with you. Okay? Because practice really helps. Practice. Okay? Preparation is very important. Mabuti na magkamali kayo sa practice kaya sa actual interview. Okay? So that's the best advice I can get. Because the questions in the interview, you can Google that. But the gut, the confidence level, yun ang kailangan yung buuin. Okay? So I hope I'm able to help you with that.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So we have another question po. No? In your opinion, ma'am, what are the top 3 skills we need to develop?
Okay, very good question, no? So, in my opinion, and also based on my experience as a trainer, ito yung madalas na pinapatrain sa akin. Number one is communication skills. If there's one thing that you need to master, it is communication skills. The ability to convey a message, the ability to be understood. Okay, but communication is not just one way, it's two way. What's the second way? Listening skills. Okay, they go together. So it's not enough that you are good in speaking. That's just one aspect of communicating, but you should also be good at listening. Okay? So how can you become good at listening? Talk to your counselors. Magagaling makinig yung mga yan. So they'll give you tips how to be a good listener. The second one is, so first communication. The second one is teamwork or interpersonal skills, the ability to work with others. I tell you, a lot of people, they don't get promoted because they don't know how to manage or to deal with people. Because to tell you honestly, mga na-experience nyo ngayon ng mga tampuhan, awayan, wala yan pagdating sa world of work. Patayan. If I may put it bluntly, talagang, ay nako, dog eat dog world. It is real, no? So that's why you have to learn how to work with people, how to move around, how to build relationships, no? So interpersonal or teamwork, okay? So the third, okay, and very important skills also, ito rin madalas ko rin binibigay for some reason. Hindi ko na alam kung bakit palagi ito, no? But time management or productivity skills. Okay? Especially nowadays that the current generation, they're so used to everything to be fast, no? So they lose track of time. And then yung ating level of patience medyo bumababa, no? So it affects our productivity. So productivity skills and time management, they go together. So ito yung madalas na hinihingi sa akin when it comes to training. So master those three skills, okay, highlight that in your resume and you'll have a good chance.
Thank you so much, Miss Maya. So let me just check if we have some questions in our chat box. So far, ma'am, no question. So our last question would be, what would be your best advice to our fresh graduates who will be taking a step forward after their graduation?
Okay. Okay, number one, do not just submit one resume to your dream company. Okay, that would be a big mistake. All right, submit minimum 50 to 100 resume. Okay, to companies. So maganda nga kanina yung binanggit ni Kim, ano, na meron ng mga resume link, meron ng mga online. I would advise you that do not just be limited to one job portal. So if you will use digital resume, you upload your resume to as many portals as possible. Because different HR practitioners, they actually look at that different portals, okay? So number two, when you are called for a job, let's say sinuwerte ka, meron tumawag na company, please make sure that you will show up. Please make sure that you will show up. You know why? Because if you don't show up, you'll be blacklisted. And it happens. HR, they have a network. They have association. Okay? In fact, nagpapasahan yan. Uy, masyado na maraming applicants o sa'yo na to. Nagpapasahan sila. They are actually helping each other also. And if you don't show up, they will tell you, huwag mo na interviewin to, no show. O ghost lang to. And I've seen that. I talk to HR employers. So that's their sentiment. Wala man ng pasabi, hindi darating. So, dun pa lang, show your professionalism already. In fact, what I am teaching right now to students who are preparing or looking for a job, especially graduates, no, do not come on time. Do not come on time. Come before the time, at least 1 hour before the time. Okay? So, acclimatize yourself in the company, look around, talk to people, tignan nyo yung nakapaskal na mission and vision. Okay? Huwag kayong darating na 1 minute or 2 minutes before the time ng interview mo. That's hinihingal ka pa, pawis ka. No? So show professionalism early on. Okay? And then lastly, conduct yourself in a manner that the person who will interview you will immediately like you already. Okay? So make sure that you are prepared. Sabi ko nga kayo na preparation is very important, especially in showcasing yourself as a candidate. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Maya, for answering our students' questions. So that's all the questions that we have for the open forum. Back to you, Ms. Grace. Thank you, Ms. Maya.
Thank you, Ms. Diane and Ms. Maya. I cannot help but smile at the advices that Ms. Maya gave because I experienced all of them when I was going through the process of looking for a job when I was way, way, way younger. All right. So at this point, again, I would like to read the caption in the certificate, the e-certificate that we'd like to give Ms. Maya. Ayan. So this is going to be a mouthful because Ms. Maya's name is very, very long, but I've known her for years, so it's okay. I'll make the sacrifice, not Maya anymore. All right, so University of the East, Manila Campus, Guidance, Counseling, and Career Services Office, or GCCSO. Certificate of recognition is hereby given to Miss Amormia Rodora Jacoba Rosales for being the resource speaker in the GCCSO webinar Career Talk 2022, UE Graduates Upskilling Towards Achieving Career Goals Guidance Week 2022, given this 21st day of November 2022 via Zoom and YouTube Live. Signed, Maria Leonila Villarrea, PhD, RGC Director of the GCCSO. So thank you very much, Ms. Maya, for gracing our event and of course giving some very, very important advices for our dear graduating students. These are life experiences, no, of each one. Kami, mga nakakatanda sa ating mga viewers ngayon. So thank you very much. Okay, so moving on. So thank you all very much to all our resource speaker, and we are very grateful to the support and assistance that you have been extending to our dear graduating students. So all right, allow me to mention the other activities that we have in store for you as part of the career development and placement services of the GCCSO, plus other important reminders. So let me start with the self-paced career development and placement program. It's already open for access for the OJT and or graduating students. So all you have to do is please accomplish all the modules of the self-paced career development and placement program, and you can also find there the procedure for the exit interview. That's with us. All right. Yeah, you can see on the screen yung class code for the uh, self-paced program. All right, so please take note of the following career development and placement program activities. So first off, we have our virtual career fairs. This will happen on November 22, 2022. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is via the UE Careers Directory. This is powered by Prospel. So, sorry, this will happen via Zoom. Okay, sorry, I read the wrong thing. On November 22. So anyway, you will be informed and you will see all the infographic posters and details of the events uploaded in our FB page. Okay, and then we have the virtual mock interview. Kanina, Miss Maya mentioned this. The virtual mock interview scheduled on November 22, 2022 at 1:30 to 4 p.m. Via the UE Careers Directory, via Zoom din po. Okay, so the next one, we have this upcoming webinar on career planning, work ethics, attitudes, and productivity, or WIP IT. This will be held on November 25, 2022 at 10 a.m. via Google Meet. Via Zoom. Mali po ang aking script. Via Zoom. All right, so all of these activities that I mentioned are uploaded, yung infographic, posters, and details are uploaded sa aming GCCSO FB page. So all you have to do is type or search at UE Manila GCCSO, and then you'll find all the details that you need, including the pre-registration links in the caption. All right. Moving on, the exit interview for the graduating students will start on November 28 up to December 9, 2022. The infographic poster and details on how to avail for this can be found in our GCCSO FB page again. And even without the e-certificate for this event, you can already request for a schedule of your virtual exit interview. However, you must accomplish the activity evaluation. Okay, so mas importante po yan. And please don't forget to answer the activity evaluation, the link of which, ayan na po, nakapost na po sa ating, it's there in the screen, yung QR code, but we will also be putting the link in our YouTube comment section and GCCSO FB page, and then you can scan the QR code to access the form. Now, this link will remain open until tomorrow, at 5 p.m. So make sure that you answer the activity evaluation form. Now, your e-certificates, I think most of you or all of you are interested to know when you're going to receive your e-certificate. So it will be sent to your registered UE email address after 2 weeks. Okay, please, 2 weeks. Bigyan niyo rin kaming time na, to send it, sa inyo. Okay, so please expect that in your registered UE email. Now, and finally, to formally close our webinar, we do hope that you were able to get a lot of useful information, because all of our speakers are dynamic. They really speak from their hearts, They really know what you need to, be equipped with, now that you are going to pursue a different, your studying days will be over, and then you'll be embarking on a new journey. So all of the things you will learn today are very useful. Now, to formally close this, let's please join me in singing the UE hymn.
Pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa kailan. Buhay, lakas, tulong, damay, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay malhati at sandigan ka ng pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal, pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa kalimlan, buhay, lakas, lunong, damay, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay luwalhati at sandigan ka ng langit. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal.
Again, on behalf of the GCCSO, thank you very much for joining us, and please continue to be safe and healthy, both physically and mentally. Go fight, big and wide.